Well, that was a great start, lads, wasn't it? Hey, we lost went to the outro, the intro, turned everything off. We've had to start all over again.
FVP for a while, Lee. It's fine.
I haven't done this for ages, so I'm a bit out of the loop. Just before I say hello to everybody, we've got Jake Punk Chef 41. We're going to call him Punk 40. Punk Chef 41 because he's Jake, and we've also got Jake as well from the Stacey West podcast, the Lincoln vlogger. So good evening, Jake, and Jake Punk Chef Jake. You all right, lads?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How about you? Apart from pacing the no more car picking behind you.
Oh yes, yeah, it's changed.
Have you run out of carpet yet? Pacing.
Oh gosh, yes, I've been pacing all day. I'm very nervous. I'm getting more nervous by the minute, actually, to be honest. And it's a bit pressury if you're doing a live stream as well. It's even more pressury than just watching it at home, because you're watching it with hundreds and hundreds of people as well, which is like adds extra stress to it. And you've got their fans coming. At least when you sat at home just watching a lot,
Who will be a football vlogger, eh?
I don't know. It's a silly idea, isn't it? Whoever thought of it's an idiot. I don't know. Better doing something.
The Muppets that decided to do it.
Peterborough fan says I'm late. Well, we weren't late. We were actually bang on time, but I turned everything off by accident, trying to start with an outro, and then I started with it. So it all went a bit wrong. But anyway, we're back here. We've got Eugene McGeever's in. Hi, Eugene. And we got Eugene, as Jane would say. Cool. He's our favourite Simpsons character, is Eugene McGeever, but he never has he's still not done a little thing, a little icon with a Simpson character, and we need it. Tangerine Tom is here. Hello, Tangerine Tom. Football Prime Ginger's here. Have you got over this season? Because he's Celtic, as you can see, green and white stripes.
Hey, that's a good season by lots of what he just put about YouTube. That's decent.
Has he? Okay.
Hey, he's just underneath Ryan.
Okay.
Just how it is in the table.
Okay. All right. Oh, let's look at this then. Last time I spoke to you, I had 700 subs. Now I have over 1,100 have attended my first press conference. Woo! Techers from Football Prime Ginger. Wow, that's brilliant. We ought to get him in, really, don't we? Celebrate with him. Should we get him in? Should we have an extra one?
Absolutely.
Let's put a link in for the stream. We'll get Football Prime Ginger in. I'll have to do his hair and everything. Let me just copy that. We'll get Football Prime Ginger in. He's a young Celtic vlogger, but you're doing very well, aren't you? So
he's doing it extremely well.
You can tell us all about it rather than typing about it. How's that? We'll bring you in. Bring a bit of Scotland into and we don't know anything about Scottish football, so we always need somebody from Scotland in these things. Callum Coyle is saying the pool going up. The Edgy Ones is here. He's a Blackpool fan as well. Not going to sleep tonight, knowing we're going to upset Oxford fans twice in 1 week. I feel sorry for them. One Rovers Vlogs. Charlie says he'll be here. He'll be on after his tea. He's got to have his tea. So we're also getting Bristol Rovers vloggers coming in a little bit later. We've got Dor coming in later, and we've got Ben from Cos Vlogs as well. Hopefully after 9 o'clock, because they're all busy doing something else. And this was very late minute because I was pacing the room. But we'll go to Jake anyway. I'll talk to you, Punk Chef Jake. So, this is going to be very confusing, isn't it? B1 and B2. We've got J1 and J2. How's life in Sheffield, Punk Chef?
In a football sense, the whole of Sheffield miserable. Yeah. Both teams have had a shocker, really. We, as we all know, got relegated, and I reckon we would have stayed up if Darren Moore didn't contract COVID again and have all the health issues that he had. And
how is he now?
He's cleared, but he still needs to rest, and that's something he's not doing.
He got it really bad, didn't he? Like really?
Yeah,
bad.
He got pneumonia and he had blood clots on his lungs. It was really bad.
Don't want that, do you? Don't want pneumonia. That's like drowning, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, what got us that he was at the last game of the season versus Derby, standing on the touchline in the pouring rain, and it was cold.
What's he doing? The man's a fool. The man's a fool.
I'm all for giving it your all for the club and wanting to be there for the player, but your health comes before anything else. Stop football. Yeah, but fair play for him to doing it. But it just, let's face it, our season was doomed from the start. -12 points, then to -6. Only got out the relegation spot once.
You nearly did it though, Jake, didn't you? What was the? Just remind me of the last day because you had Derby. Didn't you, on the last
we
day?
needed to beat Derby, and we needed either Rotherham to lose or get a draw. Now we got ahead.
Yes.
Cardiff got the draw, and then at the same time Cardiff got the draw, we gave a penalty away, and it was 3-3.
Oh my god! And what minute was it you gave the penalty away?
80 something.
Oh Jesus!
And it was 80 something hours, and theirs was 87.
Oh my god, that was.
It was just one of those things. And the moment that happened, the problem is that on the podcast that I do, Talking Wednesday with another Wednesday fan, Dex, we've been saying the fat lady song every week because we had it in our hands. We were ready to go. Like we could have had it out of our hands if we beat Nottingham Forest. We could have our hand if we beat Bristol City.
Yeah.
Because we had all these opportunities and we didn't take them. Like 1 week we went thrashing Cardiff 5-0 to the next week.
Yeah, you did.
Pumped 4-1 by QPR.
So what did you think of Darren? Well, obviously he got COVID, didn't he? That's the problem. He was probably all right until he got COVID.
To be fair, he was okay up until he got COVID. We got the win against Barnsley, and then it derailed us again because it put like the sixth person in the dugout for our season. Because you've got to remember, we started with Gary Monk.
Yeah. We
then had Lee Bullen for a bit.
Jeez.
Then we had Tony Pulis. Then we had Tomo, one of our caretakers.
Right.
Then we had Darren Moore, and then we had Jamie Smith due to him being.
So you've had 6 managers in one season. Yeah. That's got to go down as a record, hasn't it?
It's a record I don't want.
I know, but
the worst thing we did was hire Tony Pulis. We should have just walked away from that deal and gone for Darren Moore then and there, and we probably would have stayed up. But we took till January to March to hire someone. It was just too long.
What was bad about Tony Pulis then? What was he's like a well-respected manager, isn't he? You know, a lot of people know him. He's been successful in his time, hasn't he?
The football's not nice, and the other thing, we knew it wasn't going to be. We didn't have the player for it, but it sounds like he ruffled a lot of players at the end of it. If you remember, he wanted Chansiri to say that he wasn't sacked, that it was by mutual consent. And he sent lawyers over with paperwork to say, you signed it to say this, and then we do that. And that's what we're going to do. And our owner was like, well, no, I'm the owner. I want to, if this isn't going to work, you're going to get sacked. And he had a problem with the transfers and everything else. It was just one of these decisions where you look at it going, any other club, it probably works, but not with us.
It's just unbelievable. Ryan put in the comments there, I don't know what I'm doing. He's probably quite right. I didn't at the time know what I was doing. It's just forgotten. I've forgotten my head. Honestly, I'm in a mess. God knows how this stream's going to go tomorrow, guys. Honestly, I have no idea. It's if it all comes off and it all works, because I'm in a strange place. I've got to take everything that I've got, lights, mics. I've got to bring 4 mics. You know, I've never done it before. I've never had. So it could go well.
Jake, if he had technical difficulties now, what's he going to have tomorrow?
God, I'm going in. We're live streaming from 5, and I'm going in about 3 o'clock to give myself 2 hours to set it all up. So yeah, great stuff. We've also got another Jake from the Stacey West. Good evening, Jake. How's life for you? I know you're probably the same as me, pacing a bit, are you, at the moment?
Yeah, so I mean, just in terms of non-football stuff, I start my new job next Wednesday, so there's always stuff to look forward to there.
Oh, so what you're doing? You're in media, aren't you, Jake?
Yeah, so I'm going to work for Lincoln College as a digital media sort of social media engagement sort of officer, which is quite exciting. It's first full-time job since I'm out of uni, so it's you worth picking your brains a bit on this social media, because I get lost with it all. What best to do?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I need a social media guy here. I tell you, I need a tech guy and a social media guy and a second camera.
But yeah,
I need help with it all half the time.
You'll be feeling the exact same things as I am. Nervous. I don't like playoff campaigns. I've been to the Millennium Stadium twice. See us get beat. I've been to Exeter seeing us get beat. So I'm not. I won't be sleeping on Tuesday night. You know, I've said this before. I'm not sure if it was on your channel or somewhere else. Me and you have crossed paths over the last sort of 3 months.
Yeah,
I feel that there's a lot of least pressure out of all the 4 clubs on Lincoln, because obviously you've got yourselves who finished third. Sunderland are a massive football club for the division, and then Oxford were playoff finalists last year. So we're sort of the ones that shouldn't even be involved. So
you're the underdogs, which puts a little bit more pressure on you.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. But you know, given the last sort of 5 years, we've been quite good at underdog. You know, given the cup run and that sort of thing. So
yeah.
I don't think I'll be sleeping this week at all, because you know, I was upset I didn't get a ticket. Obviously, you're going down to Bloomfield Road for the first time on Friday, which is amazing. But I've missed out a ticket. We're moving the season ticket for next season today. So that was 400 quid nearly down the drain. But fingers crossed we can get to all the games next year, because if we don't get promoted, Blackpool and Sheffield Wednesday could be 2 good away days.
Yeah. So for those people that are just obviously coming into the stream, they don't know much about Lincoln City. Just tell us a little bit, because you all went you know, Lincoln went down into non-league, didn't you? And you thought you've had quite an incredible run, really, to come back. And I think you were getting some amazing crowds, weren't you, when you did come back?
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit what happened.
The first year that I bought a season ticket for the club, Chris Sutton was the manager. And I'm sure everyone knows Chris Sutton for his lazy punditry. He wasn't very liked amongst the club. Then we got Steve Tilson in. It was a little bit too late. We were relegated. So we went into the conference, and you know, as every team that goes down into that sort of level, you know, just like Sheffield Wednesday, League One, right, we're going to absolutely walk this league. We're going to come out first season and be, you know, just like Bristol Rovers did. I'm sure Charlie will tell you about non-league later, but it's an absolute hellhole. Before Danny Cowley came in, we didn't finish above 13th. We stayed up on the last day of the first season. Dean Oliver, who's scoring bags of goals at Gillingham, scored a hat-trick on the final day away at Hyde. That saved us. I was there that day. That was good. Some of the lowlights, we lost to Carshalton Athletic. If you've ever heard of those guys, we lost there 3-1. We got beat by Whitehawk. You know, we were going to places like Telford and Tamworth and Welling United. It's not great. And then
small little grounds, aren't they?
Absolutely. I mean, I can remember going to Colwyn Bay one day, which won't be too far from where you are, Lee. You know, just on that sort of Welsh border. But no, and then obviously Danny Cowley came, and he just achieved the playoffs with Braintree Town the year before. They got knocked out. They got knocked out by our big fish rivals, Grimsby Town. Braintree were part-time at the time, so they weren't one of the favourites to go up. And Danny was sort of for the job, managed to prize him away. He got some players with him. 16, 17 was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. We started as we meant to go on. Obviously, we had the cup run. Everyone's favourite game was probably Burnley, because we went to Turf Moor and won. But my favourite game was Oldham Athletic. You might not have seen it. It was on the TV actually. It was on BBC. 3-0, and then the fog just descended, and you couldn't. I sit, you couldn't see across the other side of the pitch, and all the Oldham bench were going, "Oh, you can't do this. You can't have this. I call the game off." And luckily, we managed to win 3-2, and then obviously the rest was history. That year. We got the FA Trophy semi-final and lost to York City, which was a bit of a low one because of a referee that's now refereeing in the Football League. You probably need to say his name, but it rhymes with Trevor Smettle. And then what I can remember, we got to League Two first year. You know, we wanted to stay in the division, managed to do it. We got into the playoffs. Not sure how we did it. Danny Cowley's a bit of a magician. And then obviously the year after, won the league, comfortably the best team in the league, and then Danny disappears to Huddersfield. It probably should have been Sheffield Wednesday, because they were sniffing around in the season.
He did interview for us. It was between him and Monk, and I don't know why he didn't get the job, because he was the one I wanted to get the job. I wanted to Cowley brothers in because I wanted something a bit different. I like what they did at Lincoln, and I felt Gary Monk was, and my hunch now was true. Just wanted to put two fingers up at Birmingham and go, right, you sacked me. I want to show you that I can do it. And he
it was linked with West Brom as well that summer.
Mm.
It was the favourite for the West Brom job, and then Slaven Bilic came out, so you can sort of understand why he didn't get that job. Appleton comes in. I tell you what, actually, it's quite funny. Whilst we're waiting for Michael Appleton to be appointed at the club, we had Jamie McComb, who's a Lincoln legend.
Yeah.
Well, can you guess who Jamie McComb has just signed for as part of the coaching setup? Can you guess? Here's a clue. We play them on Wednesday. He signed for Sunderland as a coach.
Oh no!
So Jamie McComb, who has got some good insight on the football club, is going to be effective on Wednesday. Yeah. So it's all a bit of a pitch fight, and then obviously this year has been fantastic, as I've said. The occasions we shouldn't be in the playoffs, but
Jake,
here we are.
Jake, your AirPods just keep cutting
Sorry.
out. I don't know whether if you can do it without them. It might be better without them sometimes.
Okay, I can do it without them if that's any better for you.
Yeah, that is better. Yeah.
Sorry, I do apologise.
No, it's all right. It's just I've had it with AirPods before. I had Brett Ormond on AirPods. In the end, we had to set them off as well because they just, I don't know what it is with them. They just sometimes cut out. But anyway, that's fine. We can hear you absolutely fine. Brian Thompson is here saying, hi, guys, 48 Scottish and male. This is with reference to somebody called Usal that keeps coming on my channel from Turkey. He's actually been blocked now, but he always comes on Turkish and male. Every time he comes on, he puts this in. Jane said, if he just said I'm Turkish male and I've had egg and chips for me dinner, it would be all right, but he just kept coming up with the same thing, so we blocked him. So that was reference to
I think we had it on one of the streams that I was modding for someone where he turned and said, you do realize this isn't Tinder, please go away.
Yeah, it's like a dating site. No, just go away. Football Prime Ginger actually says he's just having his tea at the moment, so it'll be in at 8:45ish. Okay, so we'll wait to hear about Celtic from that. Ryan Dunlop says, don't know any Scottish football. Hello, Lee, I'm here. You know, I've been trying to teach you. Yes, I know a bit about Rangers now. I know they won the league this year, didn't they? We know that much, don't we? Finally, they stopped Celtic getting a 10 in a row, didn't they? So
yeah, so my house also been lovely. Thanks for that.
Has it?
Yeah, my wife's a Celtic fan.
Oh,
gosh. Maybe a Wednesday fan and a Celtic fan. Not a good combination.
No, that's been a bad year for your household, then, hasn't it? Blimey, how's she taking the fact she didn't get the 10? I suppose it was quite a big thing for Celtic as well, wasn't it?
I'll go with no comment.
Right, okay.
Well, it was 8.5 because the 9th one they won under quite weird circumstances. They didn't actually win the league. It was just given to them, wasn't it? They didn't actually win they didn't get the points to win it. They just obviously COVID shut the season down.
Ah, right. So yeah, so I suppose Rangers fans would claim they never did actually get a 9th. It was by default. Yeah. Still, it was still a big thing for Celtic, and it's surprising how Rangers have come back. You know, they've gone through all the leagues, but it's like you were saying, down in non-league, it's weird how hard it is, isn't it? You know, Blackpool, obviously, you know, at one time were a Premier League, a first division club with Stanley Matthews and Morty, and then in the 70s we dropped out of. Into the lower leagues, into League 3 and 4, and everybody just thought that Blackpool would be back. They just thought they'd be back straight away, and it took us 30 years.
I think that can be the biggest problem with a lot of clubs, though. They automatically see the league without actually watching any of the football.
Yeah,
and then go, we'll be back, we can get back into this, and then it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen, no. Well, it didn't happen for Blackpool for 30 years. We're down in League 3, Division 3, Division 4, bouncing around for 30 years until they got back into the Championship in 2006.
And now you're back.
And now, well, maybe we're not back. Yeah, we're back down in the lower leagues again, aren't we? It's it's hard to get out of them. It's really hard, and getting out of this division in particular, this League One, it's
like the mini Championship, but trying to get out of that. Because they always say the Championship is the hardest league to get out of. I think lower league is hard.
It's really hard.
The National League. It's the National League. There's only one automatic spot. It should. I've been speaking to a League 2 expert called Ed Walker, and we're massively in favour of the 3 up, 3 down, because you look at some of the teams at the bottom end of of League Two, they're sort of just clinging on for Football League status, and you've got some clubs in the National League, like I know they were ambitious at the time. Near you, AFC Fylde, they were massively keen on getting into the Football League. You've got the likes of Wrexham down there. You've got Chester.
But can you imagine if Wrexham went up with their ownership now?
Oh God!
Oh yeah, they've got Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
So they'd be flying through the division.
They're a big club, Wrexham, down
there.
They're
a very big club.
I mean, AFC Fylde are peculiar, really, because they were a little bit like Fleetwood in the same way that both the AFC Fylde owner and the Fleetwood owner were both Blackpool fans, and they both fell out with the Oystons and just decided to make their own clubs up against the Oystons. And they were having a wonderful time when the fans weren't going not a penny more. They picked up loads of Blackpool fans, both Fleetwood and AFC Fylde will have got most of their fan base from Blackpool fans who just weren't going to Blackpool matches anymore. And they've both built these stadiums. AFC Fylde is quite nice. It's just one big stand, and then it's all modern sort of terracing round. It's good enough, but now Blackpool are back. And they've got a new owner, and there's a new, ambition. And if Blackpool do get promoted either this season or next season or whenever, then they're going to really struggle, to pull people, to keep people going to watch AFC Fylde once Blackpool get playing higher division football. I mean, AFC Fylde have done quite well because they've dropped down, but we don't know what their crowds are going to be like now they're back at they haven't got out of non-league. If they'd just got up, that's they went to the final. And lost, and they also won the trophy, the FA Vars, they won that trophy and then lost the playoff, and they didn't get up, and then of course they've gone down again. Now they've gone
the other day
out of the conference, haven't they?
Blackpool are a prime example showing how fans can make a football club get their ownership out, because they're on about the whole situation with the Big Six and stuff. Not spending money, not going. Will make it so there's nothing. Now, a little bit harder when it's a global club like a Man United or whatever kind of thing. But it does show you that you can do it.
Yeah, one of the big things that Blackpool fans did, as well as not actually attending matches, but we started boycotting any company that sponsored the club in any way. They were would boycott their business. So it became very toxic for any company to actually promote anything. At Blackpool, I went to interview a guy, and he made signs, and he in the 60s had painted all the roof of the West Stand with Ismail and Co on it. I think it was the West. I'm in the scratching shed, but he painted that as a young man, and their family had sponsored the Blackpool since the 60s and 70s, and he'd had to pull out a couple of years ago and not sponsor them because of the trouble he was getting on his business. You know what I mean? He just was. It was toxic. So Man United have got a lot of power there if they just really start boycotting. Whoever's sponsoring the shirts, whoever's got sponsorship in the ground, they can really hit them financially.
That's the problem, though.
But it's global.
It doesn't matter because they've got deep pockets. They can lose.
Yeah, they are. But deep pockets are not. If they're not bringing any money in, and they're losing hand over fist, you can hurt them. But it's sustained. It's sustained. You've got. It's quite a hard thing to do because you've got to, boycotting games and not going is
not buy shirts, not buy.
No, it's really hard. I mentioned it, didn't I, Jake, on the other podcast where, I hadn't taken Sebi since he was 8 years old to like 14 the next time I took him. And so you miss all them years, of going with your children. And it's the kind of thing, you do with your kids, don't you do with your boys, you take them to football, and we missed all that. And you can never get those years back, you just can't get them back. So it's a big commitment to pull out, but I think. What do we think about this European Super League while we're talking about it? Do you think it's quashed, or do you think it's still going to? It still could happen.
It's still going to happen at some way. They haven't killed it. They're just found that fans don't like it, so they'll try it in a different way. They're always going to try and build it.
But it
What
can
do you
work
think
in
of
a
it?
different way, can't it? I think it can work. If you have to qualify for it, I think it works, because I think that format is miles better than the Champions League. It's just the exclusivity is what everyone didn't like.
They didn't like the idea that you couldn't get yellow.
Exactly. So you could have West Ham this season qualify in 4th place, and they wouldn't have been part of this Super League starting this year, just because they're not, historically bigger clubs than United, Arsenal. This is West Ham we're talking about. They claim they won us a World Cup. And I don't think you can disagree with it. So I feel that if they make that sort of format, it works 100%. It will work, but everyone has to qualify to be there, or else you just demote in competition.
It's the cheeky way they did it, though, isn't it? You're in a pandemic, and you want to make more money.
Yeah,
that was the bit that kind of got everyone, I think.
Charlie's here.
Charlie's arrived. Good evening, Charlie.
Lads.
If anybody doesn't know, this is Charlie from One Rovers Vlogs, Bristol Rovers vlogger. So it's all a bit on the lower on the lower tier of the show. It's all a bit doom and gloomy, isn't it? But how are you doing, Charlie? We were just talking about the European Super League. We're not going to go on too much about our own clubs, because you've probably had enough of it at the moment. I would imagine, haven't you? You've probably thrown the kick the cat out and everything, have you, at the moment in Bristol? Have you?
Charlie, is that cue for us to below them to bugger off because they both won the game?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just been, like you said, it's just been awful, really. But I mean, sort of for us, like I said to you on the preview bit, Lee, was it last week or whatever, before we played you, that it's literally been coming since, for last 2 or 3 months. Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, after, even Barton's first game when we lost to Wigan, I just knew it, because we weren't scoring goals. Even against Lincoln, I mean, to be fair, in the end, Lincoln should have probably battered us, because you missed like 3 or 4 one-on-ones. But even that game, it's been close. Like, we haven't really been battered by anyone. It's just we can't score. And you
didn't even get battered at Bloomfield Road, did you? You didn't get battered.
Even at Bloomfield Road, and obviously I know you didn't have Jerry Yates and you didn't start Sims, but even our team, like, we didn't even have a striker. Like, we had Alex Rodman up front, and we give a 17-year-old his debut goal.
He played very well, actually. He played really well on the day. He's one for the future, isn't he? Bit small. Not very tall, is he? He's not a big keeper. Like, he's not imposing, is he?
I see that Luke Leahy got a move.
He went to Shrewsbury, didn't he? So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Our top goal scorer, 10 goals and 5 assists from left back. Even though he scored, I think, 5 penalties, and then the other goals are Wilders. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a long summer, but no signings as of yet. But we'll see what happens.
I've been told.
What do you think of Barton calling all the players losers?
I mean, really, it's true, because I know, obviously, you don't expect that from a manager, but Barton, I'm not surprised, because, obviously the blame still has to go with him as well, of course. Because, he's only won 3 games since he's been here for about 18 games. But yeah, the whole squad, really is.
Charlie, he got a better record than Pulis had at Wednesday.
Yeah, Pulis. Yeah, we don't like Pulis at Wednesday, do we? It was a bad decision. Just quickly go through some of these comments. So when are you playing Sunderland, Jake? What's
Wednesday?
Yes, day after us, isn't it? Yeah. So I suppose you'll be keeping an eye on our. Eugene McGeever says, I think Blackpool will win the 2 legs in the League One playoff and beat Oxford, and Blackpool will be playing in the Championship next season. Confident fighting words from there. I can't be too confident yet. I've got to see how it goes. The first game goes first, and
because Oxford could beat you, Lee.
Of course they could. They're on form. It's not a shoe-in, that's for sure. Stephen.
Yeah, Matty Taylor as well. The snake.
Yeah, exactly.
Matty Taylor.
Yeah. Blackpool fans are nervous. There you go. Not just me. Not Stephen Huntley's as well. Michael Stewart Hager's a Blackpool fan. So just go through these. Ian Lee, if Coach Crit coach sets up with a 4-3-2-1 system, we win it. As simple as that. Should we go with a different system, 4-4-2 or 4-5-1? System could be completely different. So there we are from Coach Michael Stewart Hayes telling Critchley what formation. Remember, did anybody go on the Mad Mistakes pod video where he was going on about this 4-2-2-2?
He's funny. He is.
He was going out. It's one of the, honestly, you got to watch the video. It's so funny. He's got this piece of paper up on the wall and he draws all lines on everything. And he's going, we play a 4-4-2, and now he's changed it to a 4-2-2-2, and it doesn't work. And he's going mental. It's so funny. Honestly, I was laughing my head off.
That just reminded me, Lee. You called Critchy to go at the start of the season.
I never was.
You were.
I never did.
You didn't
call for his head. No,
can't change it.
It's fake news. I didn't call for his head at all. I said it was a worry. You'll have to find it. I said he should go. We were a little bit worried at the start because we were starting to think, what the hell's going on? Because we were like bottom of the league. And it was, I mean, I was actually, we actually had on our thumbnail, we watch it so you don't have to.
Yeah, you didn't you?
Yes, that was my catchphrase because he was so bad.
Weren't at one point me and you tying for both red cards of the season?
Say again. Yeah, we're the most red cards. We're getting players sent off with 2 at AFC Wimbledon. It was it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe what I was watching, really. I didn't know what to say half the time, but it just, they slowly started to turn it around. But there was quite a lot of worry. There was a bit of worry. But, Blackpool fans were getting a bit, because they think, he's never, coached men's football. It's not even boys' football. Does he know what he's doing? And he brought in Colin Calderwood, to be fair, as his assistant, and it all started to change. The defence started leaking goals, and he also stopped them making mistakes. We don't make mistakes. We were making silly mistakes, so it did turn around.
If you go for managers in academy positions, they can do it with managers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, apart from Ben Garner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even though I'm pretty sure he was in charge when we beat Lincoln at the start of the season, and we were the first team.
Just leave it out, Charlie.
First team to beat them at home as well.
Oh dear. Yeah.
And then it all went downhill.
Yeah, you did beat Lincoln, didn't you?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 2 years in a row they beat us at home now. 2 years in a row.
Just like a bogey team, isn't it?
Yeah, they are.
Because even back in the conference, we beat you.
They beat us 3-2. We were talking about maybe Charlie could give us a bit more insight because he only had 1 year in the conference, but we had 6, and it was a hellhole. And we were hoping to do what Bristol Rovers did. So maybe Charlie can sort of open up about what he thought about non-league and how he enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean,
Charlie.
I mean, it was weird though because we had such an awful start. I remember we lost to Altrincham away on the first game, and all the Rovers fans were like, "What the hell is going on?" And then we lost to Braintree away, and we had such a bad start. And then we just went on a good run. We had obviously that was a season we brought in Matty Taylor on a free, and he obviously scored a lot of goals. And we had a good spine throughout the team, a good mix. I mean, the good thing with us is that a lot of the good players that got relegated with us stayed. So that was a big impact. I think if a lot of the players would have left, we wouldn't have come up because even the likes of Luton were down there for years. And like you said, Jake said about Lincoln.
Wrexham.
Yeah. And then we just were so good after that. I mean, it was so annoying because on the final away game of the season, I mean, we could have won the league, but it was literally the final away game. We had Dover away, and we had like 4,000 fans there. Like there were even fans outside the ground because they couldn't get in. But we were 1-0 up, and if we won that game, then we'd have been top going into Alfreton because our last home game of the season we beat Alfreton Town 7-0. At home, but because Dover equalised like the 91st minute, we then had to go into the playoffs, and then that come up today on my Twitter and Facebook. That was 6 years ago today, and since that playoff final, and luckily our playoff record's quality. We've played it twice at Wembley. won in 2007, and of course after we beat Lincoln to get into the final against Shrewsbury, and then luckily that Grimsby game we won on penalties.
Cheer for that, Charlie. It just brought up a really bad memory of Alfred Town beating Sheffield Wednesday 14-0 in 2011.
When was
Paul
this?
Crisp knows what he's talking about, by the way. Paul Crisp knows what he's talking about.
It was a pre-season game in 2011, and we lost 14-0.
14-0.
Wow!
Did you just have a lot of kids out, or trialists or something? Was it?
What crap!
In fact, here's one for you, Punk Chef. Brian Thompson says, he actually likes to start. He says the most successful permanent Sheffield Wednesday manager in terms of win percentages in the last 6 years is remarkably Gary Megson.
Yep.
Good Lord. He wasn't a legend here.
Oh, he's an absolute legend for us.
Yeah, that's incredible, isn't it? Wow.
What we could do is that kind of person at our club at the minute, because what Gary Megson used to do at Wednesday when he signed a player, he would walk into the back of the cop and go, right, lad, you want to play here? Imagine your name being screamed out of all 30,000 screaming your name here. And that's how he got players motivated to sign. And then the club captain would go and do it as well after he went. Amazing. It was a good way of kind of going, if you want. And one of the things that David Jones did when we went up from League One, when we beat Wickham on that day, he used to show people the pitch getting invaded by the fans and going, do you want that in Championship going up? Come sign. And it used to work.
Yeah.
Can't say it's working now.
No, it's unbelievable how it's gone Sheffield Wednesday. Do you think you'll bounce back, Jake? Is there a lot of hope in Sheffield for a bounce back straight away?
I got a lot of hope in Darren Moore because he knows what he's doing. He done League One. He knows how to. He was unlucky with Donny that first season due to COVID. I think they were, and the run he was on. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I want to say yes. But the part of me knowing that we'd never bounced back from League One straight away, we'd always had a crap first season there. We're probably not going to. It all depends on what our recruitment was like in the summer. We currently at this moment got 12 contracted players. We haven't even put our retain list out yet.
Are they now season tickets at all your?
We haven't even given refund for last season yet.
Oh, are they giving refunds? Are they going to do refunds? Our club are not doing refunds.
55% of the fans after refunds. But you got to remember, people went through paying ridiculous amounts of money.
How much was a season ticket at Sheffield Wednesday?
Right. Depend on which one you got. There was a 2-year, 5-year, and 10-year. Let me bring up the list.
Oh, yeah, you bought like a right lot. 10 years.
That's crazy, that is.
God, those people have got value for money, haven't they?
Mad.
10 years. Because you'll have paid championship prices, won't you? And then you're going to be playing
the thing is, after they got to the playoff, did they get to the couple of playoff semi-finals? You would have thought in 10 years that would be the Premier League by then.
We got.
And there they are. They're with us lot now.
It's unbelievable.
2021. Let's have a look.
There's going to be some big clubs in League One next season, isn't there?
Blackpool. Sunderland,
Blackpool,
Oxford.
Sunderland, Oxford. No, Oxford will be up. Lincoln's going up. Yeah, to be Oxford in. There'll be obviously Sheffield Wednesday. There's going to be Bolton Wanderers coming up.
Bolton
coming up
with Kieran Lee.
Yeah, Kieran Lee won it.
He made a huge difference.
It's going to be weird going back in. It's going to be weird for us going back into League Two, because when we were last in League Two, there were some pretty, good teams. But now you look at it, you think it looks like a really weak league, depending on who else comes up. But saying that, we need to get the, obviously teams, especially like Rovers fans, they're like, we should come up straight away. But it all depends on recruitment, doesn't it? Because you look at the teams there, Harrogate. Even coming up, you got Sutton United, top of the conference. You think, wow, but we'll see what happens.
The most expensive season ticket at Hillsborough is £705.
Is that what £700 for a season?
That's our most expensive.
Oh,
It's not an affluent place, Sheffield, is it? It's not like a highly paid. The wages are not like.
This is the problem. He thinks we're London.
Yeah,
the cheapest ticket at Hillsborough in the 1920 season was 455.
What's the sort of average wage in Sheffield? Would you say for just like an average?
No idea after lockdown.
No,
COVID. It's all going to be different.
Yeah, because Blackpool's, most people are not even on 20 grand.
Here we go, 10-year season ticket. Right, what did a 10-year season ticket buy you? Let me bring it up.
That's crazy, though. 10-year season ticket.
Our owner went for it. He's a bit of a
when did they buy these? What year did these go on sale?
I will bring up the article for you now.
As I said, I've renewed mine today. Mine was 359, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, no, it's about as well.
Check the
haven't announced ours yet, obviously, because
this is the 2020-21 season. So this season.
Yeah.
That's crazy. With us, my season ticket is 190 quid.
Yeah. So just put that.
What? 190 quid.
There we go.
Yeah, for the whole season.
So let's just have a look at his computer.
To be fair, you're going to have to watch League Two, so I don't.
Exactly.
I don't blame you. They need to fund John Akinde's wages somehow, Charlie.
Tell me where you want me to go down.
I seen that earlier on. That EFL Hub page is a joke.
Yeah, we were linked with him, even though we just sold him a year ago.
You were linked with what? Sorry, there.
We were linked with John Akinde. Have you seen EFL Hub on Twitter?
Oh yeah, it's just like fake news off of it, is it?
So they've linked John Akinde with Lincoln, even though we sold him about 12 months ago.
They were linking Josh Windass a couple of months ago when we moved to Ipswich, even though he fell out with Paul Cook.
What's he showing us there, Jake? Because I can't see that.
So this is the 10-year season. So essentially, with the fantastic savings, the 10 years will only start upon promotion, meaning any previous seasons are covered in the cost paid. What if the club is not promoted in 10 years? This makes no difference. There's no maximum number of years of Premier League. For example, if we achieve promotion in 15 years, so 15 years will be free. Then the 10 years start to count down. Do I pay more for a season while I'm in Premier League? No, the season in the first championship are included in the package, but the 10 years does not count down until we're promoted, first achieved. It was such a fucking shit show.
So was he a bit of a snake oil salesman, this guy, then, or something? Is he selling you all a drink?
This is the thing. With what?
How much did they pay for it, then? How much
Hang on. I will...
Chanceries are wrong, though, Lee. I don't know if you've read the press about him. But
have you read the Athletic article about him?
Yeah. So when we wrote for Football League World, we were always writing about how Chanseri was ripping Wednesday off.
Well, here's a good one for you. There was people putting in applications for the manager's job, asking journalists, where do we put this application for the job?
Really?
We do contract negotiation via WhatsApp.
God.
We are a mess. Oh, yeah.
It's currently Barnsley 0, Swansea 0, by the way.
Come on, Barnsley. Come on, Barnsley.
To go up.
Sorry, Jake, I just cut you off there midstream.
We had it that his son helped handpick Carlos, and Carlos didn't know this until he got here. In the article, he says, while laughing, Carlos said a 10-year-old decided my fate in football.
His 10-year-old son was in the contract negotiations. Really?
Yes.
That's mental. That doesn't make any sense. It's no wonder it's a nightmare.
Oh, it's an absolute mess. We haven't played.
It's crazy.
You know when you get those kids that go going, I'm playing Football Manager, I'm playing FIFA. This kid just goes, I'm just playing with Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah,
he's living the dream.
Certainly living the dream. Brian Thompson asks, Charlie, is Clint Hill heading to Bristol Rovers, do you think? Have you heard anything on that?
He's already at Rovers.
Oh. He's already there.
EFL Hub strikes again.
Yeah, because he was in Barton's coaching staff at Fleetwood with Andy Mangan, and they both come Yeah, they both come with Barton.
What a striker Mangum was back in the day for Fleetwood. They
Yeah, he was class,
they had him
wasn't
and
he?
Jamie Vardy up front. Oh my God, they used to give me nightmares. That year they won the league.
Yeah. He just bought players from players that were good. He was spending ridiculous amounts of money, to get them up, and of course it worked. Paul Crispy's here. Yeah, I don't know if you know him. Jake, he's an Imps fan, saying, "See off the Oxford. You don't really like Oxford, do you?"
No, not really.
And they're not your
Got
favourite.
former Wednesday striker Winnell.
Are they your big rivals, Oxford? Would you say your biggest rivals or not?
No,
No.
Grimsby a big rival, aren't
Grimsby are our Grimsby.
Yeah, Grimsby.
and
Well,
Hull.
you're having a laugh then at the moment, then aren't you, Grimsby? Getting relegated.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Holloway didn't do very well there, did he? I was surprised.
No, they hate him. They hate him.
But they loved him. They were so excited about getting him. They were. Jane knows somebody who is a Grimsby fan, and he was jumping up and down when they got. Was so excited about Holloway.
I can't see Holloway getting another job now. He's got to do.
He just did something magical at Blackpool, and he's never really done it since. Well, he did Crystal Palace. He got them up as well, didn't he? But then
Yeah, it's been pretty. I mean, yeah, 'cause I remember that because obviously he lives up the road from me. And it was weird because he's always in the Bristol Post as well, having a go at Rovers and stuff. Because loads of people, every manager's job, people was like, "Oh, get Holloway back," and then obviously he went to Grimsby.
I can't wait for him to see what he says about Barton then.
Oh mate, trust me, he said loads of stuff about Barton. He doesn't even care. He'll just write it in the paper, and then they'll see. And but yeah, he hadn't done nothing really, has he, Holloway, since Millwall.
He's done the highlights. He was good on the highlights.
Oh yeah, he's done the highlights. Yeah, with his proper Bristolian.
When
he did all right at Millwall. He had his success at Blackpool.
He did okay with Crystal Palace. He got them up, and he took Kevin Phillips from Blackpool on loan, and Kevin Phillips scored the penalty that got them up, which really was annoying as well, for Blackpool fans. But he Blackpool fans, idolised him, and then he started saying that the Oystons were, everything the Oystons were doing was right. He started coming out very publicly supporting the Oystons, and it's gone down very bad with Blackpool fans, really bad.
You've got to remember that while he was in the job.
No, it's after.
Oh, is that after? Right, okay.
After. He's defended them after.
I can understand if it was while he was in the job.
No.
While he was in the job, just saying, yeah.
Well,
you've got to keep. You've got to keep.
Like Ollie Solskjaer coming out and having to go to the players. You're not going to pick your boss off, are you?
No, absolutely not. And I get
like
that,
but
it's just what he said after, and he's been in the press quite publicly, sort of saying the Oystons were right and they did a lot of things right. And honestly, Blackpool fans, a lot of them hate him, and I, can never forget him really for what he did for Blackpool. It was amazing. He was a brilliant manager, but he certainly burned his bridges with a lot of Blackpool fans, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Well, those things
right, so Ryan Dunbar says, so basically the 10-year season ticket is free until you reach the Premier League, regardless of what league you're in.
Yeah, but you still spent all that money. It was a lot of money.
How much was it, did we say?
I didn't find it.
So you have to pay it up front. You have to pay the money up front.
Yep.
So they'll never have to pay. They'll never have to pay again until they get in the Premier League. Is that right? Is that how it worked?
He's got $7,000 just kicking about just to spend on a season ticket.
A lot of people will have done it.
That's crazy.
It's amazing how much money some people have. You'd be surprised how much money some people do have.
That's crazy though. A 2, a 5 year, and a 10-year season ticket. I've never heard something as mad as
10-year
that.
season ticket. The Cop was $4,500. The Northern Grandstand was $5,500, and the South Sound was $6,400.
No,
that's crazy.
It's just a lot of money, isn't it? But having said that, how much is a season ticket at Arsenal?
Too much.
Yeah, Arsenal is like.
Yeah, but we're not Arsenal.
Like $2,000 or something.
Yeah, they're not Arsenal.
No, I know they're not. But what I'm saying is, who has that kind of money for a season?
Yeah.
No.
It's ridiculous how much. The whole thing with football is wrong. The whole finances. I mean, I know we could get into that. We could probably talk forever about it, but I just think that fans are really ripped off. We've talked about prices of shirts, haven't we, on this TV? Sheffield Wednesday was £60 for a shirt. I mean, it's honestly, it's probably made
now,
in some.
now got them on sale for like 60%.
Have you? Is anybody buying them? I bet there's nobody. I bet there's nobody taking them. Is
bought
the shirt got relegated in.
Hang on, let me explain the story.
I've got the shirt we got relegated out of the Football League in Lee. I got it signed by the entire squad.
Wow. That's a key. Stephen Huntley said, did the Oi Scum owe Ollie money? I don't know. I honestly don't know. If that's why what he's trying to get his money back, do you think he was keeping him sweet? I don't know, but it's certainly not gone down very well.
I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but I don't know if you saw on Twitter this week. I'm not sure because it's Kaz, but her and 11 other female
Kaz
football supporters supporting her Game 2 movement, which I thought was it's probably worth talking about. You know, it's fantastic movement. You know, they put up with a lot of abuse at football, so I thought it was a really good, you know, for them to make a stand. And the way they did it, I think they got like 2 million views on the video, and it's going on social media. So it's probably good to just you know, tip your hat off or tip the sombrero off and give them some credit because it's brave.
That need to keep going though, to keep it in the public eye.
Absolutely.
Because the abuse female get on not knowing football is ridiculous. It's not fair. Football is for everyone.
It is.
And, whatever.
It's been, but because that's why Kaz. Because obviously she's a Rovers fan. I've known her for a few years, and she, even this season, she's had a lot of like abuse over on Twitter. And then her Lucy Ford, and then the other fans as well. It's quality they've done it, and they've it was crazy the amount of views and stuff. And even like that Laura, what's her name? That Sky Sports pundit. Like all the pundits have followed her.
Woods.
Yeah, Laura Woods, that's it. All like she like followed Kaz, and they obviously quote tweeted it and said that how amazing it is. But like Jake said, it needs to keep on going round.
Like the big thing that'll help this is with Alec Gott getting that job. That job, having a female presenting on BBC at 12, a football focus, will be huge because it'll show that women do know what they're talking about and they shouldn't get this abuse. And there's too many people who think that they can just say something online and not mean anything.
I mean, a lot of women play, football now. I'm not a big, I'm going to be controversial here, but I'm not the biggest fan of women's football. I find it, just don't. Obviously, it's not at the level of man's football, but it's just a bit of calamitous to watch sometimes, and I don't really enjoy it as much as I enjoy a man's football match. But that's just my preference. I will watch it. If the England ladies are doing well, you'll watch it. But I'm always like, it's not quite the same product, is it, as watching a man's football? But it's their level against their level. It's a bit like us. We watch League One and League Two. It's not like watching Premier League football, and you don't expect it to be like Premier League football. The players down here are not Premier League players. 1-0 Swansea. It's what 1-0 to Swansea.
Yep.
All right.
So in women's football, there's a lot more.
As pundits, they're quite good.
There's a lot more accessibility.
Yeah.
I went and worked for Donny Bells when they were in the
Donny
top
Bells
division,
really well,
and they had some really good players that are making some good whack now, but. That was my first sort of inroad into working in a football club's media department, and it was working with women's football. But I would say the standard that I got to watch every week was pretty good.
Yeah, they're okay, but it's not. If they went up against a man's team,
but
get thrashed. But they don't play men's team; they play women's team, and that's fine. I mean, I always find it a bit strange now because I've been watching. Sebi is under 16s now, but there's still girls playing in boys under 16s team. There might be just the odd one, and I always think it's, they're getting to that point where they're nowhere near as strong as a boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the amount of times that the young lady will put herself out more because she's got to.
Yeah,
she'll get hit around and stuff, but she'll put more in than a lad will because she knows she's got to, and she shouldn't.
And she'll also do well when she does go into ladies football. She'll be pretty good because she's played it. It's a bit like taking your son who's like 11 and he plays for an under 13s team for a while. and it kind of bring them on. You know what I mean? You know, if they do play, maybe a year higher sometimes or 2 years.
What's everyone's view on the idea of like scrapping under 18s and under 23s and actually having it so they actually have to go face like proper footballers? Because I always find the under 18s, the under 23s, it's pointless if they're playing against kids their own age. For like advancing in
would
football.
Bring them on, but how are they going to do that? Who'd want to risk playing 18-year-olds in a match? Something serious. I've just got to mention this comment very quickly because there's a young lad in Blackpool. I don't know if you heard about it, but he got hit by lightning, which is unbelievable, really. Honestly, the lightning storm in Blackpool, we don't really ever get fork lightning. I've never seen like thunderbolts coming down before. I've only ever see the sheet stuff flashing in the sky, and it came. It was here and gone within 20 minutes, and it just came along and just killed this young boy. Apparently, it was just as he opened the car to his dad's door, it hit him. So it kind of hit him at that time, and that's why it killed him.
Awful, wasn't it? It's 9. Yeah. Was he 9 years old as well?
Yeah. 8 or 9, but yeah, it's
8 or 9,
sad.
yeah.
You don't know how the parents can cope with that sort of thing, to be honest. it's because I don't know if any of you got children, but when they get into like 8 years old, they've lived quite although they're only 8, they've lived a long time. You've had them a long time. They've started infant school and reception, and they're into junior school, and they're getting to be they're on the way to being a teenager, although they're not quite there, but they're getting older, independent. They're starting to they know a lot more about life, and they come back with all sorts of stories from school, and it's just watch me pantomimes. I just can't imagine how you would
the thought process.
Cope with that.
Yeah.
Because it's it must be billions to one to get, I don't think anybody's ever been killed by lightning in Blackpool. I don't think it's ever, there might have been somewhere, I don't know, but I don't think anybody's ever been killed by lightning in Blackpool. And it's incredible. It's a big shock to everybody, and it's so sad. So yeah, big love to Jordan Banks' family. Certainly we feel it's such a shame. Ian, he's asking Ryan something about Motherwell. Somebody put here that Motherwell are giving. Was it Ryan?
Yeah, they give it. I think they're giving their fans
Motherwell a giving season, existing season holders next season free. Yeah. Obviously, that's because they've not been to any games, I suppose. Is it?
That's how you own a football club, and how you build a community. Mr. Chansiri, take note.
Yes, absolutely. Ian Barron says the Darlington FC shirt is $39.99. Well, that's more reasonable, isn't it? I think ours are 45.
Right, so that is a 60 quiz shirt.
No, it's not.
It's not. I know that, and I needed that paper. Sure. They're made by Elevate, which is a company our owner owns.
Right.
Because he doesn't have to then pay someone else. So, dummy here. Got another one, 30 quid. But there's a difference with this one. So I'm on a podcast called Talking Wednesday with another Sheffield Wednesday. He does live streams and stuff called Therapy Box.
Which is really good.
And we have renamed Callum Patterson to Big P. Now, it's not a Twilight reference. It's nothing down there. It was just one of these things. He came out. We used to have Big Dave, Big Atty New Hugh. So we now have Big P. Now,
so was there a reason for the 69? And
the chat decided that one.
69.
I was trying to think what the 69 reference and the big P of the P was. That would be something that'd be used in 69. I could only think of one thing.
Yeah.
You dirty dog, Lily, dirty dog.
We always have to explain this and say it's not that. Trust me.
Right.
But
I was just wondering.
I'm the idiot that didn't wear this shirt with nothing on the back and wore this shirt with that on the back to go to Doncaster. I have forgotten how much I love being called a Wendy twat to my face. Because they're all
number 5. Doesn't Callum Patterson wear number 5?
Which is
an awful number on a centre forward, by the way.
I've just got another one in chat. We haven't seen you for a while. I'll just bring him in.
Is he actually a centre forward though? So you can play every.
Busy now. I might have to go. Let's see if we can just go this other way. See if we can get us all in a bit better that way. Yeah, that's better. Good evening, Ben.
How are you, mate?
Long time no here. How's life for you? Remind everybody who you follow.
Yeah. What's it? Recently, I've been doing Punjab United. Go to their training now twice a week, so I get to help out on that. So yeah, we're starting a mini league tomorrow, which is going to be quite big because it's Chatham Town, Sheffield United. There are some quite big teams that we could see maybe in Football League a couple of years' time. So
right. God, exciting times for Ben. Yeah. Good evening anyway. And we're just going to also bring in, he's had his tea. Well, there we go. Football Prime Ginger on 1,100 subs.
Well done, mate.
Yes, indeed.
You've done very well. And you've been on, what have you been on TV as well? Have you something?
I've been on a press conference for a team in Scottish Championship called Rafe Rovers.
Wow. Who are they? Never heard of it.
Of course you don't look at that.
I'm kidding. Of course I've heard of Rafe Rovers.
It was a good experience. It was my first time kind of doing something like this. So, it was a good opportunity, getting some experience for hopefully for when I'm older.
Yeah.
The footy journal in the making. Join the club.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, is that what you want to go into?
Yeah,
is that what you like to do? Football journalism, yeah.
Football journalism, yeah.
How old are you? Remind everybody how old you are.
I just turned 15 on the 20th of April, so around
15. So so that's a big jump in your numbers, then, isn't it? On your channel, you've done, despite it not being a great season, which is
it's been a horrendous season for Celtic.
Yeah, it has a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's been 86 days since Neil Lennon's been sacked, and we've still not got a manager. There's talk of Eddie Howe being the next Celtic manager, which would be fantastic, but I don't think they can announce him yet because as he's still under contract.
No, it sounds more like they're struggling with the way you want to work as well.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to work in the style that Celtic want him to work.
I know Celtic had a interview with Roy Keane, and apparently something happened. I don't know if Roy Keane disagreed.
Michael Richards turned up and said, "You can't have him. You're coming back to Guy Fawkes."
I wouldn't be surprised if Micah Richards came, but I'm going to be honest. I don't think Roy Keane would be the right option. I'd probably be more happy if we went down the Eddie Howe route, but time will tell.
It's a long time to make a decision, actually. Needs to be done sooner.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, you could say the same with obviously with Tottenham because they've got their obviously Jose got sacked. They kind of got an interim manager at the moment with I can't remember his name.
Ryan Mason.
Ryan Mason. Yeah, and then I think it's pretty likely that he's going to be out of the job and someone else will get it for a proper manager. But that could be the same with Celtic because obviously there's must be some interim manager that's
John Kennedy.
Yeah, John Kennedy, who's been doing it for the end of the season, and then obviously you'll find the manager, and then he'll start in the summer.
Isn't that what you did with Lennon? And he was meant to be till the end of the season.
Basically, and then it was a funny story. So basically, we won the Scottish Cup against Hearts, and apparently there was no job interview. Peter Lawwell said, "You've got the job," which not really the right way to go about it. If you want a new manager. But Neil Lennon this season, although he is a Celtic legend in terms of his playing career, he's totally ruined that. He's totally ruined that.
Unbelievable. I'm just looking. Dorses will be here in 10 minutes. Just come in the stream. Stephen Huntley said I renamed. Yes, I did. This is a funny story. I had to. We have a player called Kai Kai, but every time we saw it, we said his name. It set off our artificial intelligence for some reason. So I had to call him something else. I couldn't call him his name. to change his name because it just kept interrupting. Oh no, it was on the stream it just kept coming up, and on our live stream Siri kept coming up onto the. I don't know why. There's nothing like that, but I had to change it. Call something off.
He scored a good goal up at Sunderland, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a cracker, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a great goal from Sully Kai, but he's got injured as well. He's not really played since he got injured in that game. Sunderland, you got to watch him, Jake. Honestly, they're all right, rough, tough team. I mean, they've done us in. We lost 2 players at the Stadium of Light, and neither of them are back yet. We lost Grant Ward. He hobbled off, and Kai also went off. And in the home game, we had a dislocated elbow with Gretchen. So.
Lee, they need justice for the next documentary. Come on, that's the only reason they're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, what's going on with it? No more Sunderland till I die. They've not done it this season, have they?
No.
Did any of you watch that, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's class.
That was a good documentary they made.
I like watching the Amazon Prime ones as well that they keep.
Yeah,
doing.
I prefer it. I prefer it to the Tottenham one. I've watched the Tottenham one, and the Tottenham one was a bit more. The Sunderland Till I Die involves the fans a lot. So, so you get a lot of fan coverage, whereas Tottenham one, I just felt it was all like, oh, look how good we are, how big we are, how fantastic our stadium is, how we got the best. But it didn't seem to really get to the nitty gritty of them somehow. Whereas Sunderland Till I Die, I thought was an excellent. And it also, they did the football very well. Did you not think as well? Like, the football was... When they showed it, normally football doesn't come up really good. We've all watched films with football and they've been pretty poor, but the way they did the crowd reactions and the goals and
it's class.
It was very, very well done. Whoever's done it has done a great show.
That does also show you the difference between a big company like Amazon doing it and a fan actually doing it.
What's going on, ladies?
Here he is.
Right. We're now 7, the Magnificent 7. It's getting bigger. We've got.
What's going on, ladies? You miss me?
Yeah, of course we have. Door. How's life in Nottingham?
First of all, I want to say I feel sorry for you, Jake, for Sheffield Wednesday going down.
Yeah, mate.
Just thought get that out there.
So we couldn't send Derby down.
No, but see, this is your lot fault. This is why we're not friends, Jake, because you didn't send them down.
I know.
No, it's not
you were
good
relying
enough.
on them, weren't you? Well, they gave away a stupid penalty, Door.
Stupid penalty.
2 minutes to go. They were down. I bet you couldn't believe it, could you?
Listen to me.
You were meant to play your under 23 the following week, you bugger.
Jake, your team was
my team was rubbish. I know what my team was.
Listen, Sheffield Wednesday was shocking.
I know.
And then you can't even beat Derby.
Need to tell me I want this team all season. They've been like it all season.
You broke my heart. You really break my heart because you was 3-2 up. I'm jolly, happy, the lot, and now you do this to me.
Well, you let them down as well, Door, because like I said, you were supposed to
let them win.
You didn't do your part of the bargain either, did you?
I remember penalty.
Wait! What? We missed a penalty. How much? What else do you want?
I know, but you had to run and score in your own net for Sheffield Wednesday.
I was hoping you were going to be really nice. We'll play the under 16s and then we can beat you. That's the only way we're beating you.
You did. You did a video that said, "Do Nottingham Forest fans want to lose against Sheffield Wednesday to send Derby down?"
I wanted to, right. If you saw my vlog, right, when Sheffield Wednesday missed the penalty, I was happy as Larry. Even Lewis Grabban was happy. What else you wanted us to do? Come on, we wanted to.
They're going to get a points deduction by the looks of things anyway.
Yeah, but they're not getting relegated.
Trust me, it's hard. It's very hard to stay up if you've got a points deduction.
Yeah.
Jake will tell you it's a killer. It's a real killer. There's hardly anybody ever stayed up who's had a points deduction. Has anybody actually ever stayed up?
Rotherham.
Are they the only one? We're just.
I think Aldershot did it as well.
Oh, no.
Aldershot done it.
Oh, Lisa's here.
She's here. Your fan's here. She says, "Shut up, Joe. You're so boring. Derby County, and we're staying up. God knows how."
When's the takeover?
Yeah, when is the takeover?
Wait. Can I chirp in? Can I chirp in about Dobby?
Yes, you can.
Before Lisa gets the hammer, I want them. They deserve to be in administration. I don't want them to get liquidated because that's sad. That's sad. There's no other teams deserve that. But administration, you go on. You deserve it.
Oh, what you're talking about? What they're talking about? Just giving him a large fine again.
Large fine. Come on.
Large fine.
I know, but you can't. There's no fairness in any of this. Then is there? It's just they make a mockery of the whole thing.
Got last time.
How can you just have a fine and then other people get points deductions? And it's like Sheffield Wednesday, they got 12 points. Then they reduced to 6. Then you got Bury kicked out of the league, and you got Bolton where they just don't really.
Last week it was like EastEnders every single day. There was always drama at Derby. It was funny, but.
Oh, you mean that Mr. Alonso? I'm going to take the club over. I have no money.
No, did you see the TikTok pretending it was his house?
At his house.
And then he said, "Oh, he got hacked." Get a grip of yourself, Alonso. But yeah, Lisa, I love Lisa, man. I'll see you next season.
Yeah, look at Lisa in the comments.
Just telling you to F off, door down here.
Lisa, come on, give me a hug, Lisa. It's hug day, isn't it? Isn't it hug day? Lisa, give me a hug.
National Hug Day.
Give me a hug, Lisa. It's all good, Lisa. It's all good, man. Well, before I came in here because I want Blackpool to win because I want Gabriel to score a 30-yarder tomorrow.
Right.
Is he forgetting another Forest loanee as well?
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
There's Johnson.
Yeah.
Come on.
And the ex-Forest player.
Oh, Jake, you're a Lincoln fan.
Yes, Lincoln,
George Grant as well.
Wait. My apologies. I am sorry, Jake.
We're not playing Lincoln yet. We have to get to the final first. So they've got Sunderland. So
no. I didn't know he was a Lincoln fan. I apologize.
Johnson is twice the player Gabriel is as well. Johnson will go and play every game in your first team next season without a doubt. He's that good.
Not with you.
I think I want.
Even though he's a diver. Give over.
Right. Listen, Brewers vlog. Did you got relegated? You got relegated as well, didn't you?
He did.
Who, Bristol City? No.
You lot got relegated.
Bristol Rovers, they went down.
You lot got relegated. So don't bother. I'm not bothered about you lot. You lot got relegated.
Yeah, but you're going down next season with that crap football under Houghton.
What?
Yeah, you're going down next season.
Hands up, you in League 2.
Ooh.
Not yet, we're not.
Hands up, you in League 2. Come on, hands up, people. Any hands
not
up?
Yet.
League 2 is a good league.
Oh, yes.
There's a man himself.
Is everybody sat where you want to be sat? Is everybody sat next to somebody they like? Are we all mates?
Don't put me near him. Don't put me near after today.
Hopefully it's a link.
What's happened?
He put Blackpool to get promoted.
I'm not going to give them
away. Come on, Blackpool.
I did it for a reason. There's a reason behind it.
I know.
So,
I watched the video and I FaceTimed. He was on the treadmill.
I asked the team that I thought would go up. I asked about the team that I thought would go up. But
you was on the treadmill, weren't you, Ben? When I FaceTimed, I was fuming. I was livid with him.
Oh, mate, he rang me when I was on. I was halfway through my run. I'm like, what the does he want? And I'm like, to be fair, I didn't even know it was him because I haven't even got his name saved in my phone because he's not.
It gets worse. It gets worse. You're just a number in his phone, Jake. Just a number.
Just a random number.
Give over.
Who's this phoning me? Oh God! Every credit. So you've tipped Blackpool, have you, Ben? You've tipped Blackpool.
Yeah.
I think that's a bloody kiss of death.
I think Blackpool are the best. I think Blackpool are the best team in it. When you look at the one winning 7, and I remember early on in the show, Lee. What can I just want to take a bit of minute.
I know it's coming.
Lee. He was getting a bit edgy about Crichton. I went, give him time. I promise you, he will come good. In fairness, he brought Calderwood, who's done a good job. But 22 wins from your last 39 games, that is, unbelievable. So, I just think Blackpool, rightfully so, up there. 23 clean sheets, 23 wins. I just think Oxford score a lot of goals, but they concede a lot as well. Conceded 16 more than Blackpool. So I just think Blackpool will win it.
Yes. Yeah, same here.
I want Lincoln to win. Sorry, Lee, but I want Lincoln to go now.
Well, just because they got a Forest player on loan, grow up.
No,
They've no chance. They've no chance.
To be fair, Lincoln get all Forest players that are in the 23s, make them really good players. They go back to Forest in the first year, they sell them on.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
true.
like Tyler Walker.
It is true. It is true.
Don't remind me of Tyler Walker, please. I'm going to start crying.
We've got
George Grant as well.
Jake here. Just hang on just 1 second. Can we get this? I think we can get the. Yes, there we go. We got
a Sunderland fan now.
We got a Sunderland here. Sunderland.
Jesus Christ.
What's going on for you?
We got Fuzzy on.
Can I just say, by the way, why have we got more people in the stream than Fleetwood take to away games? That's slightly worrying.
If you're joining in, folks, it's an end of season party here on the FVP. We've just brought in another Jacob. Should we call you Jakey? Should we call you Jakey? What's the best?
Whatever you want.
Answers to anything.
Lee, can me and one swap? Because I deserve to be up there. I'm a veteran on your channel. So
where do you want to be?
I want to be down there.
Shut up.
I want to be up here.
Charlie's all the way.
Yeah, that's it. Put Jake down there.
Yeah.
I'll put Jake
Can
down.
I go on the top just because I have to put up with Simon Grayson's long ball? Give it to a winger.
We put up with Simon Grayson's flip charts. Never mind the long ball.
So that's all he does. Give it to a winger and cross it.
Put all the best teams down the bottom lane. The rest of them can go up there. Right.
Playoffs only.
Playoffs only down the bottom.
Oh, playoffs only on the top.
Nah, on the bottom.
Got to be on the bottom.
There's only 3 of us.
There's only 3 of us. Yeah. All right. We'll move. All right. We'll move the players back down there. There we are.
That's it.
So we're
irrelevant.
Yeah.
All of you.
Yeah.
It's actually weird.
Agreed.
Jake,
listen
to me, right? You only in the playoffs, because of Johnson. Don't give me no nonsense, all right? That's all you need to know. But
he's called streaky for a reason, mate. He's on a bad patch, so you have to go and prove the doubt is wrong.
He's on about Brennan Johnson, Jacob. I think that we've got.
Oh dear.
Brennan Johnson's a baller, though. He's so good.
He is a baller. Correct. Correct.
Can I just say, by the way, what made it more?
Yeah, but he's a cheat. He's a cheat.
After your manager Josephine was going, Anthony Scally, pronouncing his name wrong, for him only to go and score the winner. Have that, Josephine, son. Have that. Go back to doing your Obama speeches. It worked for me for 2 years. Now, good luck, but you're going to need it, Charlie. That's all I'm going to say.
Ryan Dunbar saying, Jacob, you're welcome to take Jordan Jones. Which Jacob's?
He's Rangers. He's apparently going to Sunderland.
Rangers. Yeah, he's not getting a game for Rangers anytime soon, but he has gone a bit off the boil recently, I won't lie. But one thing I will say to the MK Dons fan at the top, what you've put in Will Griggs' Lucas A bottles, I'd love to know. It seems to have energised him since we've loaned him out to you. Couldn't have done that in the 2-year spell.
It's unbelievable. Well, also, Will Grigg as well. He's been banging him in.
He's on fire.
He's on fire because he can't score for Sunderland either, can he?
No.
I'm hoping none of them can.
Jacob, do you want grab him back quick?
Hines is saying this is God. It's a crime watch suspects lineup. Nice.
Jacob, do you want grab him back?
Lewis Grabban. I wouldn't mind for next year. Championship goal scorer.
You can have it back.
And then again, Defoe in League One.
You were saying that you're, streaking late. You can always have, long ball Simon if you want. Not that I don't like him or anything.
Are you not enjoying? You're not enjoying Grayson football then, Ben?
He told me he loved it.
Lee, as a bloke, I don't mind him. And this
he's a nice bloke.
I hate slagging people off because
yes,
it's just not my. But honestly, I'll wait till he gets his own players in until the critics come out. But all it was we're on
Most
board
of
to
the
try to
footballs in
hold
the
it
training
up.
sessions you've done with him have probably ended up in the sea.
To be fair, that's
Oh
what
my
I've heard.
God, we've got Keegan Parker in the chat as an ex-footballer. I don't know if he wants to.
Keegan Parker.
I think we could get one more in if Keegan Parker wants to come in.
Great in the sleeping pill. There's a lot when the players played under him and he's saying that bodes well for the future. Cheers, Keegan, for that, mate. Hope you're well.
The link is in the stream, Keegan Parker. If you want to come in, we'll get a professional footballer in if we can.
Did he score past Forest? Sure he did, didn't he?
Everyone scored past Forest, though.
He probably will have done.
It wasn't past Forest.
What?
No, because you had Forest had you were in the other semi-final when Keegan was here because you were playing Yeovil, weren't you?
Yeah.
Lee, get Keegan in.
I've sent him a link, so if he can see it, I'll get him in.
Lee, are you nervous tomorrow, Lee?
I'm terrible. That's why I'm doing this show, because I was pacing up and down. I went out for a walk. That wasn't helping. Been a bike ride today. That hasn't helped.
For Jay, by the way, because I remember Lee after beating Sunderland 1-0, right? He hadn't calmed down for 4 hours after, and Jane had to take him on like a 10,000 step walk to calm him after winning 1-0. So what he's going to be like tomorrow? I imagine him at Wembley. Intensity.
It's going to be you've
got to get there first.
By the way, I forgot to mention it to Jacob. Actually, I don't know if you've seen my last 10 minutes of the Sunderland stream. If you haven't had a watch of it, it's worth having a watch, because you'll see me with a very girly voice at times screaming at the TV. It was so nerve-wracking. As a Sunderland fan, you really enjoy it. You know, the one at the stadium, like the last 10 minutes, it was, oh my God, it was backs against the wall, and I was really feeling it. And Lee, you only ask me what I thought of the game, you'll see for sure.
Lee, yes. How many interviews you done now on your channel?
I've done quite a few now. They're getting quite big. We've done Andy Morrell, Keegan Parker, Sean Barker, Ben Burgess.
Sean Barker, ex-Derby player.
Yeah, we've done Sean Barker. Yeah, it was interesting to hear. Really, Derby, they kind of looked after him. It was sad, really, Derby.
I don't think you're having any referees on your show anytime, Lee, with the words I hear you say about them.
We've had some.
You've got Premier League
referees
this week, though, Lee. Got Bobby Madley tomorrow.
Oh, have we?
Bobby Madley, wow. Yeah, don't even get me started with refs.
Surprise and a half.
Oh, right, well, can I just say this, by the way, Charlie? If I was the head of the referee, Mike Jones, I'd block Joey. Oh, I'm going to text Mike Jones again. Oh.
Yeah, that's all he says. That's literally all he says in his interview.
Honestly, I loved him at Fleetwood.
I texted one the other day.
Since he left Fleetwood, that love's fading now, I must admit. But then I think his football to Gwason's football, I think different.
I've sent Keegan. I've sent you a link on Messenger. You might be able to get in on that. So Hammy HD is here. Hiya, Hammy HD.
Hammy HD. He's a Dundee fan.
He's a Dundee fan. Yes, he is. Yes. Does he come onto your streams at time there in Scotland?
Something.
Young
yeah,
Ginger?
something because he's got.
Lee, you're not going to go on. Lee, are you away tomorrow? Home?
Away.
You're not going to the home game?
I'm going to the home game. Yeah, I've got a ticket to the home game, so I can't live stream the home game.
He's slightly towards at the left, and where you normally are. I know you're the same stand, but you're slightly towards that kind of that way.
I'm more towards the middle. So I'm going to looking at the ground. I've shifted to the right, actually, towards more from the right behind the goal. We are directly behind the goal.
And to be fair, he's done it very cheap, hasn't he? The owners, 20 quid a ticket, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, he's not charged a fortune. But of course, they're all season ticket holders. You know, it's all gone to season ticket holders because what they did was they decided that they do it on 25%. We've lost one. Oh, we've got Keegan Parker. There we are. Keegan Parker.
What's he doing here?
Keegan Parker. It's all going off. All right.
The sound's not that great, but I'll maybe come get a bit better.
Yeah, it is a bit weird, isn't it?
Oi,
sound like you're on an old phone from the 1950s, Keegan.
Oh,
where are you?
I'm in my flat.
Yeah.
That's better now. I can hear you now. Anyway, how's things, guys? All right?
What's going on, Keegan?
Very good, apart from you putting that comment about Graves. It made me feel very optimistic about the season.
Oh, well, that's your fault for being a Fleetwood fan. I'm only joking.
Loudmouth is in the chat.
I've just seen his message. Hey, Loudmouth. Come on, stream Loudmouth. Come on, let's fight Loudmouth. I'll fight you. Come on. I'll fight anyone. I've had enough.
Forest fans starting beef.
I'll beef with anyone. Come on.
It's game day. That's what he does, isn't it?
Would you fight Andy Reid back in the day?
No.
No chance.
Keegan, can I ask a question?
Smash him.
Keegan, can I ask a question? Did you ever play against Forest?
Yes, I scored against Forest at the City
Oh,
ground.
no,
No sunshine.
They tried to sign me as well, actually.
What, did they?
See the season Blackpool got promoted to the Championship.
Oh.
I told Lee this story. I was in Marbella after scoring at Wembley, and I got a phone call from my agent, and he was basically saying, "Can you speak just now? We've had a call for Colin Calderwood at Nottingham Forest. They were staying in League One and they were trying to sign me, but Blackpool were...
Why didn't you sign then? Why didn't you sign?
They wouldn't let him.
Because he heard you were a vlogger, and he thought, nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, they messed him about. If you actually watch my video with Keegan Parker, it's quite sad what they did to you, because Keegan scored the goal that obviously got Blackpool out of the lower leagues after 30 years. He scored a wonder goal at Wembley, probably one of the best goals ever at Wembley. Actually, curls it in from way out, and they kind of treated you pretty poorly after that. You and Andy Morell as well, weren't he? But both were offered rubbish deals, and they wouldn't let you move and all this sort of stuff, and messed you about, didn't they?
Keegan should have come to Forest. He should have came to Forest. He would have treated you so much better.
Oh. I played with Mansfield at one time. That was the next best thing.
Get him off.
HD said, did Keegan play with Charlie Adam? No, you didn't, did you?
No, I've met him a few. I know his brother well. His brother was a goalkeeper at a team I played with, Airdrie. He was a good goalkeeper, actually. So what's the predictions for tomorrow then, guys?
Blackpool losing 4-0.
They're wanting us to win earlier, Dor. What's happened now? You've changed allegiance just because of better players playing for somebody else. You've gone all
because I want Lincoln.
All brown nosing the Lincoln fans.
I want Lincoln. No, I didn't know because Jake was Lincoln fan. I want Lincoln to go up. Sorry.
Same here.
I think they're going up. They've already called the league.
So who's all these boys supporting then? Run me through it, Lee.
Right, so in the top corner we got Charlie. He is a Bristol Rovers fan. We've got next to him we've got Dor. He's a Nottingham Forest fan. Next to him we've got Cod's Vlogs. He's a Fleetwood fan. We've got Ben Brown, who is kind of following Punjabi FC and also Tottenham. Is it Ben? You? Am I right on that?
Tottenham.
Was it Arsenal? Arsenal. Yeah. It's Arsenal. Sorry, it's Arsenal. We've got red. Then we got Arsenal. Then we got next to him we got Football Prime Ginger, who has just hit 1,100 subs, and he is Celtic. We got Luke below him from the Stacey West podcast. He's Lincoln City. And then we've got next to me, we've got Jacob. He is a Sunderland fan, as you can see, SAFC on the shirt behind him. And of course, superstar football.
Where's Jake gone? Where's Jake gone?
Who's Luke?
Well.
Jake's gone, yeah.
Yeah, Jake's gone.
Luke Tong.
Who's Luke? Luke from the Stacey West.
Oh, hang on. We've got him. Here he is.
Oh,
so now next to you is Loudmouth PSC, who is a Barnet fan. I still think you are a Barnet, are you? Loudmouth?
Evening, gentlemen. How are you, Dor? Why you gone quiet, mate? What's happened? What's going on?
I want to fight.
Are you sure?
Yeah, why not? Let's fight.
I think your arsehole's gone a bit, mate.
Just a tad. just a tad. Loudmouth, I'm not happy with you anyway. I'm not happy with you.
Why's that, mate?
Because you let Notts County beat you.
Oh, okay.
Mate, everyone beats us.
Notts County.
Don't take it like they're actually decent. We're fucking awful.
No. I was like,
Loudmouth will be able to tell you about the Conference League more than me and Charlie will.
Oh, yeah. Take the piss, you.
You said
even though they won the league the season we were there.
Did you stay up, Loudmouth, or have you got relegated?
No, there's no relegations. We've shit-assed it again, haven't we?
Oh, there's no.
Yeah.
Playoffs last season, we did not deserve to get there, and now we're not getting relegated. I tell you, it's just banter FC, lads. It's pure and utter entertainment.
Who's your manager now, Loudmouth? Is it Martin Allen?
I wish it was Martin Allen. Yeah, we've had so many managers this season. Like we've had players, I can't even keep up. To be honest with you.
Wait. How many players have you got? That's the massive thing. Like
signed on, there's probably 72. I mean they're any fucking good.
Egan, get your boots on. Barnet needs you.
Yeah. My local team up the road.
Oh, days.
How are you, then?
He's gone into. Has he gone to get his boots? Where's he gone, Keegan? He's shut off somewhere. Oh, he has.
Go get his boots. Yeah, that's it. Loudmouth, you get the deal. You phone Barnet and say Keegan Parker was signed for you.
They didn't replace John Akinde. That was their issue.
Oh, they're ready. He's ready.
Yeah.
They're a bit flash, aren't they?
I think most Barnet players
he'd get
by their
busted.
sports director or something.
Don't make me get my man in the match for Wembley. Soccer head. Thing. It's just up there.
Yeah, he did get man of the
My
match.
old man in Rebudia back in the day.
He was a good player, was Keegan Parker. Very fast. Very
See,
fast.
look, everyone's a secret Barnet fan.
We all are. We all
Where I
keep
live?
an eye on him. We all keep an eye.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
How's the coaching
hang on,
going?
sorry. So your name's Jake and you're a Lincoln fan, yeah?
I am, yes.
Right, so who was you supporting before then?
Barnet.
Because it's a little bit like
Yeah,
MK
well-
Don fans, ain't it?
Yeah, we're all just a load of crowd. Yeah, we all came when the Cowboys came in.
There you go. So he's admitted it.
I came to Barnet when John Nolan scored a last-minute winner. I put my head on the top of that terrace he had behind the goal. It was brilliant.
So in other words, you went on YouTube to find that then, yeah?
Yeah, I watched your video about it, yeah.
There ain't any more. Nappers, what's the matter with you, mate?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good, mate, now you're here.
You look good, mate. You lost some weight, didn't you?
Just 1 second.
Yeah, you look thin in the face.
Oh, thanks, well, I couldn't look any worse, could I?
Oh, I didn't want to say it, but...
Hey, mate.
Oh,
Thanks for that.
Loudmouth, what's going to happen? Are you back on YouTube now, or are you just still retired?
Nah, I'm done, lads. I'm done. Lee made me go out and spend all the fucking equipment, and then I quit, didn't I? So, if anyone wants anything, apart from you, Dor, because you're a tight git. No, I've got one video coming out very, very soon. But yeah, I've pretty much jacked it in. I've been looking for a reason for ages anyway. I just weren't enjoying it for a long time.
Next season, you can do Barnet vlogs. Come on.
Nah, I've got other things going on the weekends.
If you want some laughter, go on Loudmouth's channel. You've got to get man. He's funny as hell, man.
No, I miss Duncan. If that was his, I miss Duncan.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Oh, I miss him.
He's still about, but he never featured anymore. But in Nappers, I can hear crackling.
Not me, mate. It's not me for once.
What's going on here?
It's Kieran.
Please,
where's our loyal and trusted host? By the way, anyone who's watching this, fair play, because this is just like carnage and absolute.
Oh, this is a massive car crash, ain't it? I mean, now, like you said, Lee, the host's fucked off. We're on. Hey, you mates are running the asylum again.
Unsubscribe.
I'm back. Give up. I thought I heard a noise at the door, guys. That was all. I just thought I heard somebody, and there's nobody there. It's all right. I was just checking the door.
No,
Say again.
We've lost Jake. Where did Jake go?
No,
I don't know where
back.
Jake.
No, he's come back on. He's come back. He's come back in a minute. He's gone to League One.
Yeah, he's gone to League One. Yeah.
I can't say shit.
I can say you just what?
Yeah, me either.
Dreams
League
of
Two.
League One.
Yeah, League Two again.
Loudmouth, don't worry because Bristol Rose will be coming down soon, so don't worry about it.
Shut up. We're not going back down again.
We'll beat them to the title again like we did last time, eh?
Yeah, they beat us to the title because we bottled it against Dover.
Expect plenty more of those bottles, Charlie.
Nah, mate, not with us.
Right, so let's ask this question: Who wants to this? Is not for you, Lee, or anyone else. This is for Nappers, Loudmouth. Who do you want to get promoted to championship? I want Lincoln.
Who do I want or who do I think?
Want.
Oh, right. So Lincoln, Oxford, Lincoln or Oxford. I don't really like Sunderland, and to be fair, Sunderland give me free clout, so views.
I want Lincoln. Loudmouth, how about you, Loudmouth?
This is just down the road. Just crawl out of bed in your Sinsillbank.
Loudmouth, how about you, Loudmouth? Who do you want to get promoted?
I don't even know who's in my league, let alone the fucking League One and Championship, mate. I've just lost interest in football completely this season after the 5th game in this season when we lost 6-0 again. I just thought, fuck it. I can't be bothered with it. Honestly, that's why I didn't do any watch-alongs or anything like that, just because I just couldn't be asked. Yeah. And the fact that we couldn't get relegated anyway, like I said, so it didn't matter if we lost 10-0 every game. It just couldn't give a shit. Dover gave up. Kings Lynn were on the verge of quitting as well, but I think they carried on. I'm not 100% sure. Same as Aldershot as well. So it was just like a waste of time. We should never have kicked off. That season should have been null and void from the word go. We should never have done it.
But yeah, same with League One. Yeah, so we wouldn't have got relegated then.
Well, either way, mate. Football could have gone ahead or not. It don't matter. I mean, I think lower leagues where the clubs rely on a lot of fan revenue more than TV rights, it killed it. Just talking about Dover. Dover's practically near enough gone bust, or they might go bust. They've been threatened with points deductions, fines, etc., etc. It's just a shambles, absolute shambles. Depending on what you read, listen to, and if it was true that the government said we'll give you a grant, and then they went, no, you're not having a grant, etc., etc. I don't know who to believe or what. So it's a shame. Because as we've just said there, there's those clubs down the bottom there rely on fan revenue, on the day ticket sales, not like, they've been doing streams and charging whatever and getting money. But you've got to think about it. How big are people's fan bases to earn enough money to pay people's wages or the month wage, etc. So you know what I mean? It's just that more than anything. So either way, fuck Forest.
Completely agree.
Loudmouth, I thought we were friends, Loudmouth.
Brian Clough returning in his grave.
This is how I thought. I said happy birthday to you, Loudmouth. I said happy birthday to you. How can you say Forest? We said happy birthday to you.
No, you're right, Dor. You are right. Me and you will go Hooters. We'll check out a couple of treagles, and I'll let you pay for it all. How about that?
No.
Don't pay for it.
Oh, no. Right. Listen.
Lee's going to get done for copyright material here. You watch.
What's he showing? What's he showing?
Channel like that.
Is that his goal at Wembley?
Oh no, he's showing his.
I can't even see it.
Who's that? Ray Parker against Chelsea.
That's Keegan Parker.
That's Keegan Parker.
There we go, guys.
Hey.
I'm signing out. I'm away to make my chicken stir fry. Enjoy, all right?
Okay, thanks for coming in.
Wait. Chicken? Did you say chicken?
Chicken, yeah. They eat chicken.
Can I have some chicken? I love chicken.
We can tell, though.
Fucking nicking the man's food. What's wrong with you?
I'm a black man. I love chicken. What's your problem now?
Lee, I might catch you tomorrow, all right?
Okay.
All right.
See you later, Keegan. Yeah.
See you
later, mate.
Bye.
Well, catch you.
Yeah. Cheers.
So that geezer used to be a professional footballer. I thought he was talking shit.
No, that's Keegan Parker.
That's Keegan Parker.
Who?
He scored the winner for Blackpool in the playoffs against Yeovil. Who?
It's funny, Lee, I just messaged my mate from uni who's a Huddersfield Town fan. I asked him, what do you make of Keegan Parker? He's just messaged me back saying, wasn't a fan at all, unfortunately.
No, he didn't do so well at Huddersfield. There was a lot of problems there, though. I did an interview with him, and it's amazing. As fans, we don't know the background story. Obviously, what's going on behind the scenes at the time. When you listen to his interview with him, you'll understand why it didn't really work out at Huddersfield for him.
What are you doing?
Plug. That's all he's done. Plug his interview.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I had this plug every time he used to plug something.
Yeah, come on. Let me plug about Chris Lines. Come on.
Who? Like Dawn say, who?
Kaiser said he scored 4 against Barnet. I think did Keegan play when you beat us 7-0? I think. I'm not quite sure if he was in that.
Lee, who didn't beat Barnet? Everyone's beat Barnet.
No, Barnet beat us 7-0 and then got relegated and we got promoted.
Beat you, bloody hell. What year was that? 1940 or something?
No, that was 2001, was it? 2000 or 2001? It was Tony Cotty's first game in charge. And
that was before. That'll be be 2001 with Brett Ormrod, won't it? Yeah, that time we got beat 7-0. Yeah, we started off the season first game and we played in black, like a black away kit, and it was like a red hot day. They were blaming the black hot. It was with Steve McMahon then, and you got relegated and we actually got promotion. It was a weird season that when you beat us 7-0. I bet you thought, wow, here we go, Barnet. I would imagine you were.
Well, we were sitting all right, and then John Steele. What it was, we tried to sign Cotty as a player, but he didn't want to come as a player, so we switched to say, "How about you be player manager?" But because we had John Steele at the time, he weren't going to step down, so it was John Steele who was calling the shots, if that makes sense. Why Curry was doing the training, etc. Anyway, they were clashing and butting heads, and in the end, we just kept drifting further and further down the table.
Yeah.
We were selling our other strikers. And Cotty was the only one scoring for us. And then when we was drifting too far, Cotty basically upped and fucked off and went, "I'm not in this for a relegation fight," and left us basically in the shit. And we was like, "Cheers, mate." Neither was we, but here we are.
Yeah, God, who was that other player manager who was crap at football that played at the Mem with his glasses on? No,
you're not on about Edgar Davids, right?
Edgar Davids.
You are not. You cannot call him shit. What's wrong with you?
I'm joking.
In the world at one stage.
I'm joking.
Charlie, if you're calling Edgar Davids crap at football, I'm not being funny. You were calling Luke
I was
Leon
joking,
and he couldn't defend.
I was joking.
Of course you were, mate. Of course you were.
We'll give Charlie the day.
Of course he's not rubbish.
We had Ricky Lambert back in the day, didn't we?
Yeah, of course he's not rubbish.
We gave Ricky Lambert away. We just got rid of him. Blackpool youth just got rid of him. He turned out to be an amazing player, didn't he?
Yeah, legend for us.
Apart from when he signed for Liverpool, yeah?
Yeah, apart from his... No, but I mean, he did. We couldn't believe his career. Started playing for England and everything else.
Yes.
We just let him go.
That was class. That was class on his England debut.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Was it against Scotland?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Didn't we?
Has everyone got the season tickets for next season?
Ours haven't come on sale yet.
Unfortunately, not.
I paid direct debit.
I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Oh, direct
No,
debit.
I've not got mine yet.
Yeah, well,
I'm just
I
buzzing
think
for.
going to be the same price. That'll just carry on, mate.
Buzzing for League
I'm just
2,
buzzing
Charlie.
for Barrow away on a Tuesday night.
Oh, don't. I always wanted a Barrow on a Tuesday night and I got it on a Saturday. I was fucking annoyed. I mean, we lost. I mean, shock horror, we lost, but still,
Yeah. Oh, Barrow, God.
I thought you said Jake was coming back indoor. You lying again?
No, he did. Well, because you took yourself off the WhatsApp, you could have seen it, but now he's put a message out there saying that it's coming on.
Mate, so. I'm doing a one-off like Triple H Shawn Michaels WrestleMania event. That's it. I'm here to fuck shit up and then I'm gone again. And then I'm nothing but a myth and a legend and you'd lot will talk about it forevermore. Why in bed?
Where is he? Where is Lama? Well, we've had all sorts of we had all sorts of comments in saying, freed Loudmouth and all this sort of stuff.
No,
it was a big support for you.
No, it was lies. Don't Loudmouth, don't. It was all lies. Don't believe lies.
See, that right there, Dor, is what you want to be. You want to be adored just like I am. No, I do. Look, it was banter. I do appreciate anyone that said stuff like that, even if they meant it or they was doing it as a wind up or whatever. But no, it was just one of those things. And I was annoyed when my last video got taken down by YouTube as well about the vlogging awards.
Oh, I love that. That was amazing.
Which one? Oh, that did he
You
get
don't know
taken
how
down?
much time was spent on that fucking video. Honestly, I could have smashed the shit out of YouTube for it.
Why did they take it down? It was brilliant.
They never gave me an actual reason, but I reckon because I put "Stop the Steal" and about Donald Trump and all that lot, and all. Yeah, I know it sounds very much out there, but I believe that's the only reason why. Because they said that what my video was about doesn't relate to their terms and conditions, and it's just like, what did I do that was just so like wrong that you decided to go, yeah, this is what we don't like. So I reckon it is because I put "Stop the Steal" and I had a video of their Joe Biden and. But I don't want to get your channel cancelled, please.
Yeah, so maybe best not going down this road.
Yeah, we're not going down that road.
You diss, like, didn't you diss the other YouTuber?
Which YouTuber?
The one that when you was up for nomination, weren't you, for the FBAs?
Yes.
Yeah. Didn't you like say something about the other YouTuber?
I'll probably just call them all dickheads because of shit. No, I mean the guys who won it, they do work hard. They do follow a lot of non-league football. So fair play to them.
This is Hammy HD who knows. Tell us all about. Hello, Hammy HD. Which team's yours?
All right. I'm just Odin told me to join on, so.
Before we go any further, Amy, hello, mate. Nice to meet you. Any chance we can get a close up when your tree go in the background there, mate?
Why are you not on Gogsy streams anymore?
Nappers, want to help me out here?
To be fair, why am I not on? I've had no opportunity now. I think things happen.
Just differences. That was all it was. Just difference of our opinions, etc., etc. I wish them all the best. But you know, we're going to fuck them over in the Euros.
Who do you support?
Odin, we can't be having this.
I know.
Who do you support?
Look at the badge. Look at the badge.
Dude, that's
don't know football, does he?
Who is it?
He's just a part-time door.
All I can see is for well. That's what I can say. Cheerio.
The big team in Dundee. Dundee
United.
Mate, he says the Derby County fan. Bloody hell.
They're good administration.
No, that's not nice.
Why is it not nice?
Adam's controlling the game.
Why is it not nice?
No club going into administration's nice.
No. Listen to me, right? When Forest was in trouble, they were cussing us. Now they've got it. It's on the other foot. It's happening to them. So fuck off, Derby. I don't care.
Well, where's Lisa when you need her?
She was in the chat. Well, she's on to F off in the chat. So she's
no. I don't want liquidation. I don't want them to not Bury.
You want them to suffer, don't you, Dor?
Yeah.
That's it.
Bury? Who's Bury?
Bury.
Berry.
Yeah, who the hell is Bury?
Fucking Bury.
Bury.
Odin won't agree with us.
Bury.
There's one club.
No, but I don't. No, listen to me. I want Derby to get deducted 12 points, then get relegated to League One. That's it.
Was that your question, Hammy HD? Have you had it answered there? Why he's not on? Say again.
Hello.
No, I'm saying there was one club that I'd happily watch get liquidated, and that'd be Hamilton Accies.
Hamilton Accies.
Oh, I like them.
I interviewed their manager.
No one in Scotland likes him. Odin is the only person that likes Hamilton Accies. He's 1/3 of Hamilton Accies fan base.
Right.
Football's Prime Ginger, what was he like when you interviewed
We're just
him?
struggling to hear you a little bit, Hammy. AC, I'll have to let you go, but thanks
He's
a
a
lot
nice
for
guy.
coming.
Yeah, he was a very nice guy. He played
Let him speak.
Fucking hell, door, shut up!
Jesus, Lee.
Shut up, door. Let him.
It's not me.
No, you interrupt every time Ginger wants to fucking talk.
Right, everybody give Ginger a
Mute him, Lee.
chance.
Mute him. Go on, son.
So mute door.
That's it.
He can mute himself. Just mute him.
He sounds like Aaron.
Right, go on, Ginger.
No, I'm not. No.
He was a nice guy. He played for Nottingham Forest, Hibs, Falkirk as well. Brian Rice, that's the Hamilton Accies manager. And yeah, it was a good guy. And Hamilton Accies, they don't really have the best support. People want them liquidated because they've got a plastic pitch. Stuff like that, but no, I like Hamilton Accies, but there's quite a lot of people that don't.
Yeah, I can see that. Good to see you getting interviews though. She's always good. This is where Lee starts to promote his interviews with David Morrell, Brett Ormer, Keegan Parker.
Get the plugs, guys.
He doesn't like to talk about it, Ben. He doesn't like to talk about it.
Right, Hammy HC is trying to come back in. We just couldn't hear you. That was all, Hammy. It was very.
Door. This is actually a nice, genuine question for you now. Okay, where is the interview with Ian Woe at?
Ian who?
Ian Woe.
No. Loud, say it again. You said Ian won't. Ian won't at. Lee won't at.
No.
Ian won't.
All right, Burry.
Listen, it's definitely going to happen.
That's a legend. Well, funny. Of course, he's dead funny.
It's definitely going to happen.
Yes, you ought to see his. If you got a chance to see his video, you can't see it. But your video, forget about the football content awards was just. It was so funny. Oh my god! In fact, I was wondering how long it took you to edit that video because there was some amazing editing. It was unbelievable. I don't know how you do all the stuff that you do, but it's incredible.
It took forever because, like I said, I'm working a full-time job, and sometimes when I come home, I'm just so I'm knackered. I don't even want to do anything, so I kind of tried to do it over the weekends, and it took about a month, if being honest with you. Because
there's a lot in it, isn't there?
Sorry, mate.
There's a lot in it. I mean, there was a lot of editing in it. Really, I could tell you put a lot of work.
I enjoyed it.
It was funny. It was really funny. It was a bit close to the bone in parts, but it was close. But it was right, wasn't it? Because it's just. I mean, we were in it, and we're like a new channel, and there was people like with I don't know the ones that won it were like a sort of a podcast that did Germany, Italy, France, they did all these, they had like, I don't know, 25,000 followers, but on a podcast. But I thought, how can I come, what they're doing on like an audio podcast to what you do on videos and the editing and all that sort of thing, and then the work involved. And I just thought, and then I don't know, some girl who just talks in a bedroom got second. And I just thought, well, we're just no chance really. So I don't know.
What's her channel?
I don't know. I can't even tell you who she was. It's just talking about Premier League all the time. It's just her channel's just talking about Premier League.
You're about the girl with ginger hair.
Say again.
You're about the girl with ginger hair.
I can't think what she's called.
The Villa fan was it a Villa fan?
No, she beat me.
No, I don't think. Oh yeah. There's a girl who won your one. No, she didn't win it, but she came second.
I lost to Ipswich, and I lost to two Aston Villa fans and an Ipswich fan. Don't mind the first two, but the last one, no comment.
Yeah, that's I was saying that's embarrassing, ain't it? That's why I always said it. Even in my category, it comes down to a pub.
It's not votes. I'm telling you,
it's not votes. I agree with you. It's not.
Is it happening this year? Is the football content? Is that happening this year?
No, I've not heard anything about it. Have you? I don't think they're doing it this year, or they have not heard anything. But.
No. Listen, the people who won it, it was absolutely fake. That's all I'm going to say about that.
It seemed weird, didn't it? It was just a weird one, really. And I wasn't expecting to win because we're Blackpool and, Ben's up Fleet. We're up in the north.
Thing
And
is,
it's
there's
all
no point
based
in the
down in the
awards
south.
because all the winners new. So, like, next year...
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there wasn't even any point in watching it because you already knew you hadn't won, hadn't you? Because they contact all the winners before. And if you hadn't...
listen, the live stream, I was slagging people off on the live stream. I was.
Oh, yeah.
Was you threatening to fight them as well and then shit your pants?
No, I'm saying about what's his name? I'm going to say, I can't bother saying his name. You know what I'm talking about, but
who's that?
Yeah, go on. Say it.
Begins with the.
Oh yeah.
What did you say? Is it TDL?
Thog Dad's League or something, is it?
Yeah,
you people mentioned him. Thog Dad Defence League.
Yeah,
Thog Dad Defence League.
I said F TDL, and all I see was the comments said "fuck door" and all that nonsense. I'm like, "Fuck yourself." So,
God, he got all his little army after you, did he?
Yeah, it was like, and I think it was True Fox and.
Don't even go there with him. Oh my god!
Yeah, but you had your Nottingham Forest guy, didn't you, Max? David Max did it all, didn't he?
Oh yeah, but the thing,
he'd never give you anything, would he? You had no chance with him, like running the show, did you?
How many times did he say he was going to come on this show when we was already original on it, and he never turned up? The geezer's in it for himself.
He never turned. No, he never came on once.
I told you this.
Put your claws away, folks. Come on.
I'm being nice.
But you kind of knew Dor wasn't going to get anything when Match Day with Max, who hates him all the time, was actually doing a lot of the show, wasn't it? I thought you got no chance with him, because he's not exactly in your corner, is he? I suppose. Is he, or do you get on all right with Match Day with Max?
He's a good guy. He's a good guy, Max is. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. He's sensitive. He's got a
great future. He's got a great future.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he did it very well. I mean, the whole thing was just a bit of shame because we didn't. I just wanted to go. I was just looking forward to going to Tottenham, and vlogging it. That's what I wasn't particularly bothered about winning it. I just wanted to do the trip, and
it's nothing special, Lee. I'm from Tottenham, mate. It's a shithole.
Yeah, I know. But the ground's good, though, isn't it? The ground's amazing.
Yeah. The ground's half decent, but the area
half decent. Bloody hell, it's unbelievable.
It's no Hive, is it? It's no Hive.
It's no Underhill.
Yeah, exactly. It's no like Mem, is it, or Hive or Highbury Stadium.
No, he hasn't got.
Do any of you fancy doing the walk along the roof? The roof.
I'm
walk.
going to do that, but I'm scared.
You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh.
Have you seen it? The walk roof you can do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy, isn't it?
I've never seen anything like it apart from.
Chance.
It was that channel.
Oh no, there's another nappers in the group. Look.
Oh, you're also Tottenham, are you there, man?
I don't know what I hate more: the fact of going up that high, or Lee's little faces, Blackpool in the playoffs. Both are just unbearable to do.
These little faces.
I know what it'll be like. His little face will light up.
I haven't won him yet. Honestly, there's a long way to go yet before my little face is like that. I'm going to go through hell. Anybody can watch me on Sunderland TV, and you'll see how it was us.
How's it working tomorrow, Lee? Because I'm like, so are you in one place and you just go in, like getting people's film their reaction from different pubs?
Right, here's the plan. So I'm streaming from the Armfield Club rather than home. So I'm taking all my, my Rodecaster Pro and my laptop and my lights and the 4 microphones, because there's supposed to be a couple of former players might be coming in as well, and we're doing that in what's called the War Room. It's not quite ready yet, but it's going to be like a room that's all tributed to the fight of the fans. So we're in that room. We're not in the main bar area because that would just be chaos. So we're in this other room. But then I'm giving people, a link to the stream like you've got, and then I'll, they'll have the link. And if they want to, if there's a goal, they can, I'll bring him in. It can show us how the pub's going mental. And I'll also talk to him if I can get him in on the stream, just as guests coming in. But there's just going to be the one main picture with us in the Armfield, and then obviously any guests coming in, I'll just add them in like this. They've given me a cable, so I'm into their whatever, and I'm watching it on Sky. I was just going to ask you guys as well, because we're probably going to have a bit of sound, but I've watched Thogden, and they have a bit of sound on the commentary, and they don't seem to get any problem with it.
I don't. I'd never put commentary on just to make sure.
Yes.
The best advice I can give you, just put an AirPod in on, or or just put so if you can connect any earphone, or just don't put the commentary on just to make sure.
I know what they sorted. I mean, the good thing is this mic's directional, so obviously if it's pointing away from the TV, it's not going to pick up much sound anyway from the TV, but they're giving me a screen. I've not got anything to connect it to, so I'm not quite sure how. And if I've got former players in with me, then they're going to want to hear the commentary a bit, aren't they? So it's a bit of a sticky wicket.
To be fair, I don't think it's a problem, Lee, if I'm honest. I don't think it's a problem if you can hear the background, so it's not a problem.
Sky comms is awful, though. I hate Sky comms.
As long as there's no crackling.
Oh, there'll be loads of crackling. I've had all sorts of nightmares recently with my tech, honestly. I've done videos where I've had
my stream on Wednesday.
I've had the faders down, so we've been talking for 10 minutes and nobody can hear anything. And there's so many people in the stream, it's taking like 10 minutes to get down to people saying, we can't hear you, we can't hear you. So I'm a bit of a master of disaster at the moment with the tech. I'm having all sorts of issues. We tried to do it on the Mac rather than on the laptop, and it all sort of crashed on me. And even tonight I started off. I put the outro on at the start instead of an intro because I haven't done it that long. So I turned it off and turned the whole show off. So we had to come back on again on another stream. But
Lee, you know what you should do, right? You should go out and spend over 1,000 bit of kit, right? And then just never use it ever again, mate. Just do it for a couple of weeks and then just.
Well, you didn't tell me you were going to sack it all off.
There's a new ball.
I can't believe you sacked it all off. But you're always welcome on here, Matthew. No,
don't bring him on. Don't bring him on. No.
No, I'm not. Boys, I'm done. Right, I appreciate just coming on for laughs and everything. But what I was going to say, so are you back for good now, Lee? Or is this just a one-off to test it, see if anyone is interested?
I just thought, we need to get the lads back together. Really,
I think we need to keep doing
something.
it like maybe once a month.
Once a month, maybe. How about the Euros are coming? So are you all doing Euro stuff?
I'm not doing on my
channel.
I'm
not. I'm doing more. I'm focusing on a relaunch of the channel over the summer.
Oh right.
I'm doing Euro stuff in Scotland.
Yeah.
You doing what?
Scotland content, I think.
Scotland, yeah. I mean, I'm doing.
But you're going to be disappointed because after that you'll be out. Because obviously we're winning Croatia second, and then obviously you won't get third place, will you? Because obviously the Czech Republic are in it, so they'll get third and you'll get fourth.
Listen to me.
But it's even worse because he's a Tottenham fan.
Playing England is a very, very big occasion, but it'll be. Even though we will get beat 3-4-5-0, still it's a huge occasion.
You'll probably beat us. To be fair, you'll probably beat us with Southgate.
Yeah, give over. What? Get a back on, Charlie. Get a back on. Dor will put you in here.
Right, get him out, Lee. Get him out. He's negative.
What do you reckon, Dor? There, are we going to lose to Scotland, Dor? Come on.
No,
you watch with Southgate. You can see it now. Watch.
Can we just see, by the way? Scotland obviously got the trophy, didn't they, after they drew 2-2 with England, didn't they? Obviously, they were 2-1 up.
That was
and obviously Harry Kane scored, but you won the trophy, you had your parades in the street. We drew 2-2 with England. Come on.
Listen, don't get me started about
Scotland. Parade for that.
I've got to get you started about. Come on, we need a Dor rant about Scotland.
We're going to get done for bullying again. You know that.
Don't get me started about Scotland. Don't get me started.
Jake's hiding his face behind his shirt. Just want everybody to know him.
Jake, right, let me look. Right, Jake, do you like Scottish football?
No, it's awful.
Well, that says it all then.
I thought you'd like it, Jake, because he's quite simple down there. You're obviously a simple man, so you're not quite all with it. So I thought you liked Scottish football. No.
What?
No.
Scottish football isn't that bad. Dor. I know.
Yeah, Dor.
I know the quality at times isn't.
Oh no.
Rangers.
Oh no.
Simple.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, what? We're finished. Oh, they're done. Scottish football.
Yes. Oh, Dor, come on. He's only a kid, mate.
I'm joking.
Yeah. # be kind.
Yeah, be kind.
No. The only Scottish team I like
is unreal.
I like Livingston.
Scottish game 2, it should be called.
Prime Ginger. The only team in Scotland I like is Livingston.
Oh, hang on. Cracker Dawn, Football Prime Ginger. How are you, lad? Looking good tonight from Cracker Dawn.
Thank you.
He's got a Myra.
Yeah.
And you're
Myra
nice
there.
from next to him, Jake.
Yeah, Hammy's got dodgy internet. Yeah, we struggle with him.
What about Stuart? Get Stuart on. He's an Arts fan. He's a fellow.
Stuart's a good lad. Yeah.
Is he? Well, the link's been in the thing. If he's seen, I can't.
You've been on for 2 hours. Wow, fair play.
Yeah, it's been a long night actually. Yeah, we have been over 2 hours.
Isn't it Loudmouth's bedtime? Isn't it Loudmouth?
I'm probably older than you.
What?
Ooh.
I'm probably older than you.
How old are you?
Oh, mate, you can't ask someone their age. That's rude.
Daniel Tucker says Thogden versus Door 2022.
Door would get banged out easily.
I think he's probably closer to Fog down there.
Fear would do him big time.
Yes, I would.
He's calling for help now. Look.
Let's not.
What was that? Can you get me a joke out the joke hole?
Yeah, get him Aaron for backup.
On a serious note, if it was Fogden v Door 2022, what is your ring entrance music then?
Triple H.
Oh.
You didn't even have to think about it. You just bang.
No, Dudley Boys.
The who?
Chelsea Boys. Dagger.
Dudley,
Yeah,
that was the Bushwhackers. The Dudley Boys didn't do that. That was the Bushwhackers, you donut.
Sean P said he'd rather watch Basil Brush than True Fox. Do we not like True Fox then? Is he?
I think that's an insult to Basil Brush.
No, to be fair, right? Did anyone see his video that he done?
Yes, yeah. And then he went to the King Power Stadium like a day later.
I didn't get it at all. I didn't understand.
What was it? I know I saw it. I couldn't believe I was watching it.
Basically, he done it like I'm not trying to throw the guy under the bus. I'm trying to be nice, be kind, like Loudmouth just said.
Probably the worst person to say that.
Be kind, but basically saying the abuse that he got on social media, he quit.
Was that the same guy that was going right to the away fans and he's gone? Yeah. Right. And then goes, be kind to me. I can't deal with the hate.
Let me finish. He's done a vlog saying he's had enough of the abuse. But if you're abusing them, be a man to take it.
Sure, we've got to take it.
You've got to
he
take
loves
it.
it anyway, doesn't he? Like
That's the point. But then tomorrow, the next day, he's gone to the Leicester Stadium, celebrating, and then he said, "I'll be back." What is?
So in other words, he's playing the victim.
Yeah.
Is he a Liverpool fan?
No, he's Leicester.
That reminds me of a certain.
Oh, what you're on about? True Fox.
That,
right.
I just say, by the way, what he did reminds me of a certain YouTuber with over 100,000 subscribers that they do loads of videos on Premier League, and then they don't upload for 6 months, and then come back with an apology name. Like, I'm not one that likes to mention names, but Stump Peg, and I don't get it. I just think
right, those videos of I'm quitting, I've quit, and then just come back and carry on because they need a little bit more clat.
Yeah, well,
they ran out of ideas.
To be fair, I think she's got a few mental.
Look at Jake. Jake's cringing. These are a bunch of fucking old women, aren't they? Moaning and cringing, eh?
Yeah, stop moaning, everybody.
You're with the big boys now, Jake. Man up or fuck off.
Exactly. That's the thing. When you put yourself on TV and you do all this nonsense, get it, and you receive it, don't cry like a little bitch. Simple as that.
I mug myself off week in, week out, being a Barnet fan, giving it to other fans. I've had death threats. Do you think I give a shit?
Yeah, I can't understand why, because it's all done in like fun, isn't it? All your videos are fun.
It is very much tongue in cheek, but you do get the odd dickhead or idiot that don't understand that. You're talking about my club like that. And then all of a sudden they just want to smash your face in. And it's just like, look, I'm not hard to miss. So there you go. You'll hear me before you see me. Don't get me wrong, it's been fun. I've made some good. I've met some nice people since doing the vlogging from away fans, and it's that's one thing that I will take out of doing it. It's just a shame that my football team's just an embarrassment. Unfortunately,
it must be hard. It must be hard to keep following and losing, you know what I mean? Because I find it hard. You know, I found it hard at the start of the season, didn't I? You know, I was struggling with it.
It's been awful. Trust me.
Yeah, well, you'll have had the same thing, won't you, this year? But you've picked up loads of followers, haven't you, Charlie? Even though you've had a terrible season, which is quite amazing, really.
Yeah, you're doing good, aren't you? You're doing good.
Yeah,
You've gone over 2,000 now, haven't you? So have you gone over 2,000?
I started off at about 500 at the start of the season. Now I'm on 2.6. Well, nearly 2.6.
That's
good. That's good. That takes, lads, a round of applause. That takes a lot of dedication to make all those fake email accounts. Well done. Well done, yeah.
Fake emails.
Hey, don't worry about it. Nappers is the king of that. Away from 6,000.
He's not saying anything. Come on, there's got to be a comeback from Napper, surely.
What can you say?
Quiet. Go on, Ben.
No, nothing. Nothing from me, but like I say, rather have 6,000 than shout abuse at people and try and get 2K, you know? Saying nothing.
Lamaf would never do that, would you, Lamaf? You would never give abuse to other people, would you?
No, I know. There's a difference, right? There's being like abusive and rude, and it's just being honest. You know what I mean? So I
don't know, Lamaf. You're controversial, that's for sure. You're controversial.
that's a word, yeah. That's one way to contact it.
You've got to have that little bit of conflict in any sort of stream. It's good. It's good. It's in any good TV show. There's always a bit of conflict. That's what it's all about. Heinz69 says the gas should move back to Twerton Park.
What? The gas?
The gas should move back to Twerton Park.
The gas?
Yeah, the gas back to Twerton Park.
The gas. Big gas in Bristol, isn't there? Big gas.
They're the gas heads, aren't you?
Yeah, the gas.
We had this little bit of a discussion about it, whether you would call the pirates or the gas heads. What are you in? Are you the pirate? Because obviously you have a mascot who's a pirate, and there's obviously a pirate theme about it, isn't there? There's a pirate on your badge.
Yeah.
You're the gas head. So, which are you, the pirates or the gas heads?
I mean, it sort of depends, because obviously there was obviously years ago there was that Bristol was one of the main cities where pirates were, and then obviously the gas, we used our old stadium at Eastville.
It was by big gas towers, wasn't it?
Yeah, where the gas works were. So
how come there was pirates in Bristol?
Well, I don't know.
I suppose pirates do talk a bit like "War," don't they?
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
So of course that suddenly dawned on me. Yes, because when you talk like a pirate, you talk like somebody from Bristol Roads, I suppose, don't you? Yeah, that wasn't a very good Bristol accent, but you know what I mean.
Lee, don't do that again.
I won't.
Stick to your seaside stuff, okay?
Oh, it's Stuart saying Loudmouth on one of Dogsy's streams that he had a soft spot for Hearts.
Did you Loudmouth?
Yeah, no, I am a Hearts fan. I had a season ticket for Hearts years ago now, about 10 years ago. I got my old Jambo collection of shirts out when I was on Gorgsy's stream. Got quite a few. I'm not going to do it now. But yeah, no, I do. I still, sorry, mate?
Were you living up there?
Yes, yeah, I did. I lived up there for a year, and I was practically right by the grounds and had a season ticket. And the football's not the greatest, but the passion, I cannot fault their passion. It's amazing. That's one thing that I will give them. But the football,
average.
Yeah, because they get a big crowd, don't they? They got quite a big stadium as well.
Yeah, but there's only two. Sorry, Ginger, go on, mate.
I think now they get about, I don't know, probably about 11,000.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah, because
I could be mistaken, but I think it's around that.
Prime Ginger, who finished third in the Scottish League?
Aberdeen.
Oh, did they get a trophy or something for that? For finish third?
They go into the Europa League, I think.
I thought they won the league. That's all. We know.
Do they get into? Do they qualify for anything? Finishing third?
They get into the Europa League third round qualifiers, I think.
You what? Qualifying?
Yeah.
Oh my.
It's,
So, I mean, Dor, you're
it's
trying to
top
banter
five
them.
in
You know,
Europe.
What about Forest, though? When were the last time Forest were
exactly,
in Europe?
yeah.
Top
You're trying to
five in
banter
Europe.
them. At least they've got European football. What you got?
Oh, 2 European
5 out
trophy under
of
Cloughy.
12 teams get
I don't need to say anything. You lot know. So Lampers just said it.
The best manager ever, Cloughy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you. I like you, Nappers. Thank you, Nappers. Don't need
Oh
to
no,
say
God, man! I've heard stories, but I wish.
Yeah, you sound like an Arsenal fan, Dor. Just memories.
Okay, what memories have you got? I'll wait.
Class memories, mate. Promotions.
When?
From the National League.
When?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, and League Two. Back to back. Don't forget.
Wow. Well done, mate.
There's a thing here, guys, and it doesn't really matter what division you're in and what league you're in. If you're winning and you get promotion, it's as good to get promoted from wherever you get promoted.
We've not got promoted. That's the thing. We don't get promoted. We stay
I know
in the
you're
same
just kind of
league.
stuck in the same league year on year on
Same
year.
league.
But to fans that actually do go down and get relegated and the promotions and everything, it is as massive for those people as it is for Man United fans winning European Championships. I mean, Ben will tell you. I mean, in Fleetwood fan, how many promotions did you see?
We got 6 in 10, but I saw 3.
But
Is that because you was at Blackpool?
No.
no, but like I say, it's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable rise for the football club. You know, by the way, when obviously I watched Blackpool when I was younger, they were high in the Championship. Fleetwood in the National League North. So people go like, "Oh, I went to the club." Well, I didn't. I went 3-4 leagues below. So you know,
That's a big nibble there, gents.
No,
it is. It's but you know, football is. You know, we all have. I would say probably all lower league teams are probably very similar. You get the odd promotion, you might win a final somewhere, but you know you do get bits of joy in all that, and it's what keeps you going, and which is what I can't never understand about Scottish football, because it must just be soul destroying to follow anybody else other than Rangers or Celtic, because there's not a lot.
It's boring.
I know, but you'd never ever, you know, you've got no chance of ever winning anything, have you? You know, it's just. I don't know if I could keep watching a side that wasn't Rangers or Celtic and just year after year, no, you never ever win it.
And that's what I said. Who finished third? Because the team like Prime Ninja.
It was either Aberdeen or Hibs. I don't know. I think it was. I don't know what one.
Like when you see teams like Aberdeen, Hearts, Hibernian, Motherwell,
they'll never win.
They'll never win nothing.
5 teams.
Look at Hearts. They've just won the league
in first division.
It's more than what you've won.
5 out of 12 get into Europe. That's almost 50% of the league get into.
Hibernian came third.
So the top of the league get Champions League.
Yes, Celtic get Champions League qualifiers.
Right.
Third get Europa League qualifiers.
Yeah.
Fourth gets Europa Conference League group stage, and then
that's what Arsenal or West Ham will be in.
Yeah. And then fifth get Europa, the Conference League qualifiers, I think.
So I suppose that's what they're playing for. But you look at the points. You got Rangers on 102, Celtic on 77. So you and then next Hibernian 63. It's just like nowhere near.
That's mad, isn't it? That's mad though, isn't it? Like Clark Harris in the Champions League next season. Wow.
I agree with you saying, Lee. It must be soul destroying, and it is. Speaking to the other Scottish lads who follow football, I think the most soul destroying part was when they said that they play each other. They could play each other 6 times a season.
Yeah, I know.
It's just ridiculous. But then Scotland's not only that country. There is in Austria. What's that? Red Bull team. They've won the league the last 10 years on the trot because they've got all the money. And no one can compete.
Oh yeah, of course they did win the cup. Sorry, somebody's just in the post.
It's just like that, you know. There are other countries out there that will have 1 or 2 big teams, and they'll take all the trophies because they've got the biggest revenue, etc., etc.
Look at the French league.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
even though PSG aren't winning the league this year, I think
PSG aren't going to win it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Lille.
Lille.
Are there?
Yeah, hopefully anyway. Unless they bottle it.
Do you think it's because there's no crowds in the game?
Come back, Poch.
Sorry, what was that, Ben? Sorry,
Apparently, Poch could lose his job. There's a rumour if he doesn't win the league. PSG going to park already, which I think he's baffling, but I won't complain having him back at Spurs. I never wanted him sacked at Spurs.
I'd see.
He's not going back to Spurs, especially with Kane leaving.
Spurs, but I never wanted him sacked at Spurs. He should never have got sacked.
He was going for a bad run, Nappers. That Champions League was the only thing that was saving him. The only thing that was saving him.
I know, but you look at what managers have done since. What did Mourinho do? Nothing.
What are you talking about? He got you into a cup final and your dumb chairman sacked him before the game.
And that's ridiculous. You should never have got rid of him. But look at Spurs beat Brentford in the semi-finals. They beat Chelsea's reserve team in the previous game on penalties, and they beat Stoke. So it wasn't really a cup run. Let's be honest.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, the second round they got a buy-in because of Orient had the I think they had coronavirus at the time.
COVID, yeah.
Hang on.
Then they beat Chelsea, which again penalties, good result. Beating Stoke, beating Brentford, a lucky cup run, really. You know.
Nabbers, are you honestly saying that because you didn't play Premiership teams in the lead up to that cup run, it's not a cup run?
Well, it is a cup run, obviously, but it wasn't as good as you're making out. No.
You got to a final for the first time in how many years?
A year. Champions League final.
No, all right, okay. Let's go back to English football then.
FA, we got, I think, Carling Cup 2015.
So we're looking, 5-6 years then, yeah?
Yeah, then obviously the FA, we've had a lot of semis as well, FA Cup.
I beg your pardon?
FA Cup semis.
I've got to give a straight face. Right. So the first time that Spurs have got into a cup final in domestic football for 5-6 years.
No, I didn't want Josie sacked, by the way, before that game. Just to make clear.
It didn't make any sense, did it?
But
really?
I'm just saying, he didn't do. Was he playing attacking football? No. That he said he would. No, it was Josie football. And was he anywhere near the top 4? No.
Jake's had enough of this. Jake, what do you want to talk about, mate?
Jake,
let's talk about Harry Kane replacement, Napper, shall we?
Fuck off. I don't want to talk about it.
Shane Evans, probably, he would say.
It's not been a good year for Nappers.
You can take Hudson Edward. You can take Hudson Edward from Celtic.
I want to be Edward.
I'd rather have Lee up front than him.
No, you wouldn't. You really wouldn't.
You know what makes me right? Lee's been to Highbury more times in the last 12 months to watch a game than I have.
I actually was at Highbury the other night.
I know, that's what I mean. You've been to Highbury more times in the last 12 months.
I went to watch Sebi win. They won on penalties.
The first time someone's seen a win at Highbury.
9-8 on penalties. It went down to goalkeepers. It was incredible.
Did he score his pen?
And we equalised with the last kick of the game. Spirit of Youth. It was 1-1 at the final.
How was your heart, Lee? How was your heart? Were you intense?
Well, Sebi had to go and take a penalty because he wasn't taking he wasn't in the original 5. I'm thinking, thank God for that. And it got they went through the whole team. So when Sebi's walking up to take a penalty, honestly, it's worse than watching your own team. Watching your own son, I'm thinking, oh my God, if you miss, if this doesn't go in, oh my God, because we were taking the second penalty, so he had to score to keep him in. He was the third to last penalty, and then it went to the keepers. Well, he just hit it low and hard down the middle, and it kind of went under the keeper. To be honest, he hit it hard enough, thank God. But honestly, I'm thinking, please don't miss. Just don't.
If he would have missed, would have been like, right. I'm getting me coat.
You're walking home. You're walking home from Fleetwood. No, I don't know. You've just got to console them. But it was great to see him win, and it was brilliant. It's the first time I've ever watched him in a final. It was pretty nerve wracking, I must admit. So one final down. So far, that's it. We've got one final down, and it was a bit scary though in Fleetwood. They had all these young lads there'd been a fight with one of the boys or something, and there was a gang of about 40 Fleetwood lads outside the gates of the ground with some brandishing knives, all sorts. They had to lock us in. We didn't get out for about half an hour till the police came finally. And
what?
Yeah, no. Honestly, it was well because the game was live streamed on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, my mate was on commentary.
So Fleetwood lads knew that Spirit of Youth were playing, and they've been a bit of argy-bargy. I think when they played Fleetwood Academy, there was a big fight down at Squires Gate, so they were all back for revenge, but there was loads of them. It's like a bloody army outside. Honestly.
Fleetwood Army.
Yeah, they were. They were really. They're all like 16-year-old lads. They're quite big. You know what I mean? They're not all little kids. And oh god, it was quite terrifying. Anyway, they locked us all in, and eventually the police came and we got away. But that's another story. But yeah.
Right, well, I'm gonna go.
All right, Jake. Well, I think we're probably gonna cut. We've been here.
Come on, Lincoln. Come on, Brendan Johnson.
Good man.
Yeah, all the best in the. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Jake's game. He's playing Sunderland, and I think you got a bit of a sneak.
Please beat Sunderland. Please beat them.
Have you seen Mad Mistakes video today, Jake? By the way, have you seen it?
I'll watch it before bed just to motivate.
Saying how he's going to win, he can't see you losing. He's got all his team up on a board. You'll see it.
4-2-2-2.
Yeah, all his lines and everything. Yeah.
Anyway. Don't worry, Lee Johnson bottles it every single time. He's done it for the last 10 years.
Good to see you all anyway.
Yeah, cheers, Jake. Thanks for coming on, and best of luck in the playoff semis.
See you on Wednesday, Benny.
Come on, Lincoln.
See you later.
Come on. Take care.
See you later.
Paul Lupton's just been talking about the money, and he's always saying as long as these multi-million-pound clubs, there's always going to be these clubs. And he's saying, sorry, I would argue that if Man City win the Premier next season by 13 points, it is becoming a boring league and deterring the average teams from spending.
No. Sorry, no. Don't give me that nonsense, Paul.
Don't give me that nonsense. Yeah, especially when they get Harry Kane up front. Go on.
Tyler Rollinson's here. Hi, Tyler. He says, up the Blackpool, this is your year, I reckon. Well, we're not there yet, but I mean, we have finished third. Back in the day, you would have been promoted, wouldn't you? We just blew it, Blackpool, didn't we? Ben said to me, you thought we'd blown it completely, didn't you? So we peaked too early. Paul Upton is saying why? Yeah, Ben. When we lost we blew it up against Lincoln, and then we lost against Rochdale and Shrewsbury Town. We'd have been up if we'd have just got those 8 points. We'd be promoted.
Yeah, don't forget the loss against us as well.
Yeah, the loss against you, but you played really well on that day. You saw the worldie as well, didn't you?
Well, this season.
We never played well at Christmas.
Yeah,
we lost 2 games at Christmas.
The Rovers, though?
We lost to Shrewsbury and Bristol.
Basically, Sammy Nicholson, ex-Hearts as well, got injured. And then, I mean, it was awful before that anyway. Like, when you don't replace Clark Harris, like, what do you expect properly?
Fair enough.
Yeah, we lost to Shrewsbury and we lost to Lincoln, and over Christmas time, and we had a poor start, but we actually dropped 8 points in this run up just before we kind of just went off the boil. We were beating Lincoln 2-0 away, and we should have been 5-0 up, and then they came back and made it 2-2. So we dropped 2 points there in the last 10 minutes, and then we lost the next 2 against Rochdale, who were relegated, and Shrewsbury, we can't beat them. We've never beaten Shrewsbury Town. It's like Ipswich. We can't beat them either at Ipswich. But there was 8 points there, and 8 points would have had us promoted. So we've got to go through the playoffs.
I've enjoyed coming back on again.
It's been a pleasure, Lee.
It's been a pleasure having you on. I just needed to talk to somebody about football, because I said I was going stir crazy. Honestly, I was pacing the. It took my mind off it, actually, to be honest, because I was getting ridiculous. I was starting to get into this. I didn't sleep well last night.
Lee, just watch the Blackpool and Forest game. That would cheer you up, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a magic night, wasn't it? But not for you, obviously.
No, it wasn't.
DJ Campbell doing all the flips and that.
Yeah. Oh no! The guy that did the flips was Earnshaw for Forest.
Yeah, it was Earnshaw. Yeah, it was Earnshaw.
Robert Earnshaw and Adebola.
He did the flips. They were a good side, really. Forest then as well. They were a really good side, but Blackpool were just unbeatable on that day. They were unbelievable. The goals we scored were incredible.
Charlie Adam, though.
DJ Campbell, we watched it, the rerun of it, in the first half. You'd have took him off. He did nothing in the first half. All DJ Campbell, and he came to life in the second half and got an hat trick.
It's crazy. That's crazy. And what's his name? Is it Stephen Dobby?
Oh, don't! I hate him. Don't make this
Stephen Dobby.
Listen to me.
Name.
Oh, don't! I hate that guy. I thought I hate Scottish football, but I hate him. No, wait, is he Scottish?
Yeah.
Ginger Scottish?
No.
He's Celtic.
No, Scott Dobie. Isn't he Scottish?
Oh, it's Dobby, yeah.
Stephen Dobby.
Stephen Dobby, yeah.
Stephen, I told you.
He played for Queen of the South, I think.
Yeah,
Queen of the South.
Yeah, Oh, he scored.
He still plays now, doesn't he? He's like
he's left
40.
wing in the South at 38.
He was a great player, Dobby.
Oh, he scored past Forest every time. Swansea, Blackpool, Bolton. Every time he scored past Forest.
Yeah, you just get those players sometimes, don't you? That just hate your team so much.
He's a good player now. He's still scoring for Queen of the South.
Let Barnett sign him.
I'll take him. I'll take all of you right now.
It's just so. What are you going to do? Well, you've not been relegated, which is good news, isn't it? So you got another chance again next season. Are you just going to watch it as a fan and not blog it, or what you're doing?
Yeah, no, I won't be doing any more vlogs. The vlogging that's done. So if I do go and get myself another season ticket and go back and watch, then I'll go over and just support as normal. But
Hooters.
Yeah, there is that. But there's one or two things that I'm looking to branch out to do, so I might not be able to go and watch Barnet as much as as I'd like to, or if I'm free anyway. So
how's the coaching going?
Yeah, it's going all right, and that's one of the things that I'm looking at branching at doing. So I've got a couple of interviews coming up with a couple of teams, so I'll be focusing on that anyway. If I do get it, I won't be able to go to watch Barnet. So
no,
touch wood. We'll wait and see what
Well,
happens.
that's your passion, isn't it? You wanted to do that. You've got all your qualifications. And what level are you now, Coach? What level did you pass?
I'm a level 2.
Level 2.
I was on the list to get on to the level 3, but then obviously the world shit itself. So no idea what's going on with that one at the moment, mate. We'll have to wait and see.
I was just going to say, have you still got Elliot Richards?
Yes, but he's been injured I think he got injured like within the first couple of games or weeks of the season, and he's been out ever since. So I think he's furloughed now, like we furloughed the rest of our squads.
Yeah, because he was at Rovers. He would come through the youth academy at Rovers, and then he was pretty good in the end. And then he left, and he got some sort of cancer. I can't remember what cancer.
Yeah, testicular cancer he got.
Yeah, that's the one, testicular, and and I seen he went Barnet.
Yeah, so he's still contracted. I don't know how long that's on for, but yeah, like I said, I can't make a judgment on him because I think he played about 4 games and then got a really bad injury.
Shame with him.
Oh, right. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to be doing we're going to be doing England watch alongs, me and Jane, but I might, do some other games, and if we want to do stuff together during the Euros, just let us know of it.
Oh, come on! I'm not doing it on my channel though.
No. Yeah, no, I'm going to be doing the England watch.
What's funny, man? What is funny?
I didn't say a word, though.
You don't need to. Your face says it all. Your facial.
But we'll do some more of these things, and we'll keep in touch because it's been great fun.
No more loudmouth. People in the comments, don't say we miss my map because we don't.
We do miss him. He's great.
I've not. Go back to Scotland.
Tell you what, it's a hard audience, isn't it, Matt? When you come on here, I tell you.
No, it's just Dor.
Jake saying, "Tell Nappers to cheer up." What's the matter now? He's got Simon Grayson at his club. It's enough to depress anybody, isn't it?
Put it that way, mate. It's awful.
And
Jake.
Spurs are losing Harry Kane, so it's a double whammy.
It's like asking, right, Fiore in one corner, his dad in the next. Which one do you want to punch here? And it's like, they're both as bad as each other. So, You
never know. I mean, he started off quite well, didn't he? Until he gave him a contract, Grayson, didn't he? He started off quite well, and they gave him a contract.
Giving him a contract is like giving a diabetic £5 to go and spend in a candy store, and alcoholic £20 to spend down the pub. It just should not happen. But let's see how he does. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, the jury's out. It might be a good season. I mean, he did quite well for Blackpool up until Christmas, and then it all went pear. I don't know what happened at Blackpool because we would have, if we'd have won.
Maybe Lee, that the other team realised, if you press the wing and don't let them cross it, and don't let the man in the middle head it, we stop Blackpool play. That's it.
What you mean, like someone had a game plan?
Yeah, that's all they had. Yeah, Stop Blackpool crossing, and that's all they did. Blackpool cross. I'd love to know the statistics of how many times they crossed the ball in the game. I bet it's at least one every minute, average.
What, Blackpool this season?
No, under Grayson when you had Feeney and Nanule.
Yeah. It was all Feeney and stuff, but I don't know. It just I can't. It seems to fall out with players, or there seems to be a lot of discontent within the players. I would say, for from the body language of the players didn't look good, whereas Critchley's got them all. Well, we've got rid of anybody who doesn't toe the line. He just got we got rid of them at Christmas, so they're a pretty together bunch of lads again, and that's what you need. You need a team that's all together. It's very important.
I get that, but
it's one of the things that you should have as we have, because a lot of I've talked to ex-players and they all say the same thing. When you play for Blackpool, you've got to move to Blackpool because it's so far away, and we're the same for Fleetwood. Surely the players playing for you have got to go and live somewhere near Fleetwood, so they get a bit of like camaraderie together, whereas other clubs they travel and they don't get to know each other quite as well, and that's one of the reasons why Blackpool.
That's like Forest as well.
Yeah, you've got players who are not living in Nottingham, are you? And they're not socialising, they're not going out with each other, they're not, having dinners with their wives and all that sort of stuff. Well, Blackpool, it gets very, very close because they're all stuck in Blackpool. And I would imagine Fleetwood's even more on edge. It's really on there.
Forest made they made a massive hotel outside the City Ground, and I think it was in January. All the Forest players they moved into the posh flats. So.
Yeah, so that's probably why you turned it around a bit, did you? Because you were looking dodgy at one time, weren't you?
We've been dodgy all season.
yeah, but you've got out of it, haven't you? You know what I mean?
Got out of it, but it's been rubbish. But not worse than Derby, so that's.
Sorry, there's just a few comments coming in. Let's just quickly.
So Derby fans.
There's nothing for you, Dor. You can leave now, mate.
Stuart is planning on doing some Scotland content for the Euros and good mates with Football Prime Ginger, so maybe doing some content too. Brilliant stream. There you go. Yeah, okay. Well, you never know. We may. It's all about collaborating and and coming on other people's channels. And if there's a chance we can do stuff together, then why not? It's going to be it's going to be weird though, isn't it? It's going to be a weird Euros. It's not going to be like a normal Euros, is it? With the fans and everything. I don't know how many fans they're going to let in, but surely they're not going to let like loads of people from Europe all come into England, are they? They're traveling thousands coming into England with the way things are. I can't see this.
No.
Loads of people are already allowed to come into England anyway, so because they're still letting people from every other country come into England, but we can't go anywhere else apart from
Glasgow's
Spain,
in a bad
Portugal.
state right now.
Is it?
Glasgow, yeah. There was there was up to 40,000 Rangers fans in the city centre, and they destroyed everything. They were fighting with each other.
Yeah, I've seen a video. The fighting each was stupid.
Yeah, I seen that one on the street.
It was drunk Rangers fans fighting with each other, fighting with the police, throwing bottles. And Glasgow's now in tier 3. We've been put back in tier 3, which is quite annoying. But yeah,
terrible. I mean, throwing bottles and they've won. Just unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That's Scotland for you.
Wilson says the Fleetwood players live in Blackpool and the Blackpool players live in Liverpool.
Like Scotland.
Sirius says England still won't win. Well,
not with Southgate.
You never know. It's in England. It's at Wembley. You never know. You've got to have faith. You can't. You just got to have faith, haven't you? You've got to have faith. I always have faith.
George Michael said that as well.
He did. He did.
Yeah, not with Eric Dyer at the back or out injured.
There's nothing wrong with Eric Dyer.
Behave.
There's nothing wrong with Eric Dyer.
Paul Luxon says, I just hope the young England generation can match the generation I saw as a youngster, the 1970 squad. We have a good young squad, reminds me of Germany 10 years back, but we're a bit untested. They are a young side, aren't they, England? It is quite exciting at times, but I find it very boring to watch. Not a lot happens for a long time. They pass back and sideways and back.
Who?
And England. We do a lot of.
I thought you were Scotland. I thought you were about Scotland.
No, I was on about England. We've done a couple of live streams, and it's not very exciting to watch.
Ginge, you going to take this, mate?
No, it's fine. It's door. It's door. It's door for you.
He's well used to watching Dawes slag off Scotland, aren't you?
Forget Dove.
Serious says that Foden and Mount can win us something. Are we agreeing on that, boys? Are we agreeing that Foden and Mount can win us something? Good.
Not Mount. Foden. Listen, Foden's there. Mount's there. Come on, talk.
It all depends on the manager.
Right.
And Southgate's not that man.
Right. His record's pretty good, though, isn't it?
What's that Southgate song?
Yeah, who have we played?
I know, but you can only play who's put in front of you. You can't use that as an excuse. He's won them all, hasn't he? No matter who we've played, he's won. Not every England manager has. I remember Tomaszewski. I remember Cluffy calling him the clown. You know, so it's.
You should pin at Stuart's comment there.
Should what? Pin it?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Door. Scotland welcomes you with open arms as you seem to love the country.
It's National Hug Day, so if you want a hug now, give me a hug.
I'm going to head off, boys, but it's been good to see you all.
Yeah,
again.
we're all going to get off now. It's getting late. We've been here nearly 3 hours, so it's been a long.
I love you,
stream.
Scotland. Love you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks. It's nice to see Matt, and it's been good luck, Ginger, and I hope you keep on with those subs.
In the comments, no more loudmouth. No
Stop
more
interrupting, you stupid idiot!
No more loudmouth. Honestly, you get lots of comments in the post. So
no,
in the comments,
no loudmouth.
It was hashtag free loudmouth.
Lee, take your show on tour up to Scotland and take Dor with you. Let's see how that goes for him. Right?
Leave him there. Should we leave him there?
I think you should take it on tour and then leave Dor at the doorstep of Glasgow and see how well he does.
Right, thanks a lot, lads.
See you later.
Good luck to Blackpool tomorrow. By the way, you'll see my stream. I'm streaming tomorrow anyway, so hopefully see you. See you later, lads. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.